All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to ASAP in the morning. It is April 28th. It's your boy Pride, joined by Mike, Ronald, and Jay McLovin. Mike, I know it's a sad day for you, but outside of the obvious reason you're upset, how are you doing today?
I'm not sad.
Okay, you're right. My fault. I apologize.
I'm just hanging out, man.
Just in denial.
I'm just happy. Hey, man, I was just happy to be here. Now, what's really in denial is thinking that James Harden's going to change. But, hey, I'm going to go grab my hat, so y'all just stay here and be cool.
Jay McLovin, how are you feeling today, my guy?
Hey, listen, man. I will say this. I just want to say this. Last night as I was watching the basketball games, I realized that one thing I learned from the Chicago game, or the Chicago series, was that I really believe that there needs to be a mercy rule in sports. At some point, you just have to yell mercy, man. It was mercy. Mercy.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, you did, but I do get what Jay McLovin is saying, because, like,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
when you're in the playoffs and it's like you're down 3-1 and you lost, you already don't have your best defender in Lonzo Ball. You lose arguably your next best defender, and frankly, the only spark plug you had in the series, Alex Caruso, with a concussion. And then if you want to call him your best player or your second best player, regardless, a top scoring option on your team is Zach LaVine. Mm-hmm. It's like,
it was a tough day.
As soon as all that, I was like, damn. And
just one question, and I'm not even trying to pick on it, but it's kind of like one thing we were talking about yesterday, and I get the fact that Lonzo Ball is not there, and I get what Pride is saying, and I get what you're saying, that if Lonzo Ball was there, it would change the dynamic of the team, and you know, obviously the games would be a lot closer. But look, this is not the first time that Chicago's been blown out. They've been blown out quite a few times in this series. And I just don't know that even if you had Lonzo Ball, that you could have beat this team. I just think that it would have been closer. I don't think you would have gotten blown out. But I just don't think you got the team. But I will say this, Mike, to your point, you guys are young, okay? I just think that you're a few pieces away, you know, interchangeable pieces. I don't think Vucevic is the right guy, but I think you're a few pieces away probably from being contender, like legit contenders.
Yeah, I think you know, it's one of those conversations. First of all, Zach, and I don't like doing this. I even told Pride I don't like doing this, but now that it's been confirmed, Zach was on the court, you know, the second half of the season, but he shouldn't have been on the court. You know, he's having this end of the season knee surgery that's going to wipe him out for 3 to 4 months. So that's an obvious telling that, you know, he wasn't even healthy this entire season. That's your best player, whatever you want to call it. Pride, I'll call him my best player, because DeMar DeRozan, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, cool, this was cool, but you look at the history of DeMar DeRozan, that's probably not going to happen again next year. So I look at it like that. Zach's easily your best player. You know, you were shitting on dudes. We were shitting on dudes early on in the season when we were healthy. And I think, like Jay McLovin said, you know, the difference is this is year 1. And the difference is with Milwaukee, this is about year 3 or 4, and they are fully complete. They've already lost to Miami before. They came back in. They bring in Grayson Allen. They bring in Brook Lopez. They bring in all these other cats. So they've already completed their roster. They're complete. They're sound. I don't think you can look at anyone from top to bottom and say, you know, this guy on the Milwaukee Bucks can't hang. All of them are solid and do what they do. The Bulls are in a place where it's like, all right, now all your guys are here. Now you have to sign a couple more free agents, bring in a couple more people. And that's exactly what they did this season. You know, they brought in some guys, and hopefully that'll attract even more, because now you know that you can win games with them. So I'm really excited about it. We're not going to have to be like, you know, the Philadelphia 76ers where we just trade everything and hope that works out. You know, signing Danny Green and Dwight Howard, hoping it works out. But, you know, we're in a really good place right now. But again, Pride and I talked about it, and we talked about it on Chris Gonzalez's show. Gonzo, check that out. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Are we gonna end up with DeAndre Ayton? Are we gonna keep Zach LaVine? I have no idea. So it's just this is the hard part where when you're being Pride knows it well. I'm sorry, Pride, but when you're a first round exit, you got to wait about a month and a half to find out what's gonna happen with the rest of your team. So. That's why I said I'm not too upset because Jay McLovin, I'm going to be honest with you. I like being a first-round exit when you're not going to win the chip because this way I could just enjoy the rest of the playoffs and not give a shit about nothing.
Yeah. Before we get to the topics, Frankie, how are you doing today, my guy?
What's going on, guys? I'm doing good. Just making myself some coffee.
Frankie, I want to see that pretty-ass face.
I got you, Papi. Well, I got you, Papi. Mira,
73-year-old man hairline. Get out of here. Anyway, Ronald, how are you feeling?
Oh!
Hey.
Ugly
Hey,
ass.
you
No
shave?
wonder
You
you
look
don't
like
have
you got
hair.
better
I'm
beard.
the
Oh, no, you didn't
sexiest
shave.
man for you, Papi. I'm like the Spanish guy Eddie Guerrero for you, Price.
Nah, you know who you are, bro? You're my Vicky Guerrero. That's who you are.
Hey, I take
Yes,
that.
sir. Hey, you know how I feel about Vicky.
Hey,
You know how I feel about her.
Pride. Tell me he don't look like Miguel Cabrera though.
I take that
Word
too.
of my mother, he does,
Mira.
yo.
Gracias, Papi. I take that.
Hey, yo.
Mr. 3000.
Hey, yo, I need you
Thanks.
to shave. By the way, Miggy's a go and Yankees are a piece of shit because them pussies fucking walked them.
Yeah, that's still.
Imagine being that much of a pussy franchise, bro. I said what I said. Imagine being that scared of a franchise. So what? He's an all-time great. If he gets his 3,000 hit off you, whatever. Who cares? Boston would have pitched to him. The New York Mets would have pitched to the man.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
That's true, man.
Oh, wow.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead. You know what's going to be well? Y'all season when y'all win 100-plus games, get busted with wild card. Y'all said next year. They probably could. But Ronald, how you? Oh, I'm so butthurt. I'm so triggered because I was watching and I was like, "What a joke!" Like that, you got no confidence in yourself, yo. Ronald, how you feeling today?
None whatsoever.
They are who we thought they were. I love Mike's optimism, but it's because remember when the series was like 1-1, 2-1, and Chris Middleton went down. All of Chicago thought they had a chance, and it was hilarious. I saw your post, Mike, how you had a great season.
You have a great season.
Congratulating everybody, and I laughed my ass off. I'm sorry. However, Pride, that mercy rule, I don't know. We might have to, because the Toronto Raptors might think otherwise.
Yo, why everybody coming at my boy Mike for? Yo, y'all don't know he's the Chicago gangster GOAT.
When Jay comes for me, I know it's out of love. When Ron comes for me, I know it's out of jealousy.
Hey,
Pride, really quick. How many rings did Allen Iverson ever give to the city of Philadelphia? How many rings did the process give?
Hope? Hey, I gave y'all hope. Bless your heart.
So you,
Bless your heart.
You just beat your
Bless your heart. The process was so great. You literally. And by the way, this is a conversation. I just want to say one thing real quick. And Philly fans are too scared to have this conversation.
Fuck Philly fans.
The process was for Ben Simmons. It wasn't for Joel Embiid. Y'all stumbled into Embiid and decided to try to fake it till y'all made it. And look at y'all.
You know what being a Phillies fan is? Or just a Philadelphia fan in general? It's just blue balls. Like, you get there, and everything's going really good, and then right before, boom, it's gone. You
know what's gonna suck is that, like, you talking about the Chicago Bulls right now, but you guys are up 3-0. You about to be the first team. I could be the first team to give up a 3-0 lead.
Hey, hold on, no. But according to Doc Rivers, you don't know the whole story. I don't know what you're going with that.
But it's true. Listen,
story.
I will tell you this right now. I heard it, and it makes sense. Look, there were an 8-seed team against I think it was Detroit, which we forget Detroit when it ended up winning the championship that year. So I get it. And then the Clippers thing. I always said the Clippers. I don't really blame Chris Paul because it was always the injuries that always screwed that Clippers team. Like them dudes could never. You could say I don't know what I do. The injuries is what constantly screwed that Clippers team. The only one that I really killed Doc for bad is that last one.
Yeah.
That last one when it was Kawhi and Paul George and they had 3-1 over the Nuggets, that's the one I kill him for because that's the only one you literally have no excuse for.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Hey, listen, they are going back to Toronto.
But for that last series, you can't make any. There's zero excuse.
That's true.
And he owned up to it. He was like, "Look, that last one, I blew it." Now, if he try to make an excuse for that last one, I'm gonna say, Doc, you gotta sit down. You gotta sit out.
Hey, listen, but they are going to Toronto. They don't have Thibault. I don't know if Thibault really makes a difference, but they're going back to Toronto. And if Harden don't step up, hey, this could very easily be 3-3 coming back to Philly. Ron, I know you're worried about that one. You better hope Harden steps up.
I was hearing on the radio the other day, they were talking about Philly and Doc Rivers, and they said something how with Doc Rivers at closeout games, he is 6-16 in the last.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I think?
That's the whole point. He's terrible at closing out.
Toronto would be the smartest team in the world if they got Kawhi Leonard a front row seat in the corner that he hit the shot in and told him to sit there for games 5 and 6 or 6 and 7. If he just
mind games.
Yeah, if he just sat there in the same spot that he sent them home in, I think that's intimidation right there, Pride. I think we could do something with that. Just say Kawhi, sit right.
I might throw Kawhi a little bit of bone, just come down there and sit there. Kawhi's got a problem with that.
Hey, Kawhi, do me a favor, sit right here and just wave at Joel every time he walks by.
Nah, shit. You know what I would do, and you know what I would do if I'm the Toronto Raptors. If I can somehow get Kawhi there, guess what? I'm gonna keep it close the whole time. I'm gonna get the last bucket, and guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna recreate that shot. Pascal Siakam, it's your turn. I'm gonna recreate that shot, and guess what? I want it on Joel Embiid, so that way he could go.
That was so bad, bro. That was so bad.
But
how do you change from the Bulls shade to the Sixers?
Nah, because you was just shading the Bulls, so Mike had to defend himself. I don't want to hear it.
Well, because we all knew that the Bulls are gonna lose, but you guys were up 3-0. And now you guys are about to, get tied 3-3 tonight, which Toronto beat you guys.
Hey, I lost to the defending champs. You're blowing the lead to the ugly motherfuckers. That's an ugly team, bro. It could never be me, bro. Could never be me.
It's Doc, fellas. When you find yourself defending yourself and having to go through your whole history of your life to try to get a point across, what does that say about you?
Mike, do it, Mike. There he is, Mike. Do it.
And you have some fault. Like Lob City was a disappointment. They underachieved.
How many coaches you need, bro?
No, but and I get what you're saying, Ron. But Ron,
When have we had a coach? When have we had a coach?
How many
Brett
coaches
Brown?
you need, bro?
We're gonna call Brett Brown a coach?
You're out of your mind. He was doing nice. He was leading. Yeah, he was giving out success. He got fired because he was trying to get Ben Simmons to shoot. If he doesn't try to force Ben Simmons to shoot, he's still the head coach.
I'm tired of the Lakers always looking for a freaking coach.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares about the Lakers. Like Brett Brown is a solid coach. He got fired because he was trying to make Ben Simmons shoot.
Don't explain it, bro, because they'll ride and die with
Get out of here, man. Get out of here, man. I hope y'all choking. And then after that, I hope after that, bro, after this season, I hope the world ends. So that way, when society restarts again and they look back and they find these record books, there's only one team that blew a 3-1 lead, Philly. And I hope they retire the sport of basketball. So your stupid team is stuck.
You know what? If we blow it's fine because the Philly Nation.
Now it's fine.
Philly Nation isn't sweating it because we have a scapegoat. The one thing about Doc Rivers that's beautiful is every time he has these collapses, the next coach comes in and takes the team to a further level. Conference finals. Shout out Tyronn Lue.
What is the Clippers doing right now?
They went to the conference finals after they got rid of him. That's whatever.
They got smacked. They got smacked because Paul George doesn't know how to shoot for over 43% from the floor.
Pride, did they get smacked for the same reasons they got smacked the first time?
Now let's transition to how overrated the Celtics are for beating a.
Oh, damn. Hey, listen, man. Now you got to recreate yesterday. Ron, be careful, man.
Right now.
We're going into deep
water. Right now. And by the way, Mike can hold on. Mike, and you can say Bucks and 6. That's fine. Mike, I've said this in front of you. I said this in front of Frankie, and I said this in front of it's not going to be Bucks and 6 at all, without a shadow of a doubt.
You guys are overrated.
But you said what?
Like
God, you was smoking that Nets pack with us. You literally asked me for a hit. And while you were smacked, you were like, damn, bro, let's call Jason Tatum, bro.
We are allowed to change our minds in life.
Ron's an op, bro.
Wait, hold on, time out. Hold on.
Ron's an op.
Hold on.
Just because I want to
hold on.
party
Hold
does
on,
not
time out.
mean I want to stay at the house.
Hold on. So we made Kevin Durant look like a role player. We made Kyrie Irving on the verge of quitting basketball again. We swept the Brooklyn Nets to the point, and I love this guy, but we beat them so bad that Ben Simmons was scared to come back on the court. We swept them, and somehow that makes us worse.
And they turned KD into a true bum like he is.
Think about it. Every Golden State gave up one game to Jokic, not the Nuggets, to Jokic. That doesn't hurt them. What about with a Devin Booker? The Pelicans took a game off the Suns. That doesn't hurt them. You want me to continue? You want me to keep going? I'll keep going. The Dallas Mavericks, with Luka's first game back, they lost against the Jazz.
The Bulls beat the Bucks.
Why doesn't that hurt them? Exactly. The Chicago Bulls took a game off the Bucks. Why doesn't that hurt them? I'm asking, why does it hurt them?
Minnesota
Miami gave up a game against Atlanta. 7. Why does that hurt them? Did you know there's only one team that was able to sweep so far in the playoffs? And that's who? The Boston Celtics.
I want to
Now, if you want to sit there and say you think the Bucks will win,
Hey, Pride. Hey, for Ron's sake, I'm throwing up the white flag. I'm throwing up the white flag, man. Hey, listen, Pride, he surrenders.
I just explained when people are back.
Oh shit, Ron, hold on, Ron. You don't want all this smoke, Ron. Ron, you don't want it. It's coming. I'm trying to help you, Ron. Back up. Put it in reverse.
But Ron, you're saying you deserve the right. What have you seen? We swept them.
So, fellas, the Bucks without Chris Middleton. Seriously, how many games should the Celtics take to beat them? 5?
Like 5.
I'd say 6.
Yeah, I think like 5 or 6.
I say 6. Because you still got Drew Holiday who can give you a game.
You got Bobby. You got Drew. You got Giannis. You got other Giannis.
You said what?
So you guys got the defensive player of the year. Drew Holiday should not be irrelevant.
Exactly. They got the defensive player of the year. They got Jason Golden.
I mean, and Ron, I love you. Bro.
You guys got
I want to grow up and be like you. Hold on, no.
Player.
I want to grow up. Hold on,
Ronald. Team in the league. Ronald. Giannis has one play. I don't know how it's not a sweep again.
Mike's about to be like, really?
Yeah.
No,
you're kidding me.
It's not.
No
Again.
Pride, shut up. Shut up for 2 seconds.
No.
What the fuck is that? What is that?
Got mad at me. Hold on.
No, what is that in the back? Is that a Boston Celtics logo?
You rip that down.
Larry Bird.
I apologize if I went too far. Man. I apologize.
Larry Bird to ever touch the court.
What? As a white man, I don't even say that.
As a Sixers fan, watching Dr. J and Moses Malone have to put that man in a headlock because he was dogging him so bad, just changed my life forever. So, always respect for Larry Bird.
Getting hit in the head by that bus changed your life forever too. But
if Larry Bird never injured his back, he'd have more rings than MJ.
Probably. But again, I'm not going to go there.
March to your house.
I'm not going to go there because I don't know. Because for all I know, maybe he was healthy, could have went to the finals and lost. Who knows? I don't know. I don't like playing those semantic games. I don't like that because we don't know. But what I do know is this: we swept Brooklyn in a series where nobody except Celtics fans believed in us.
They swept them so bad. It took the Janitors 2 days.
After game 1, everyone said it was luck. After game 2, they said Brooklyn was warming up. It was only after game 3 that all of a sudden people wanted to come to us. I just don't understand how you can say that we're overrated. Now, again, if you want to say you got the Bucks, that's fine. But to call the Celtics overrated, to me, that's absurd.
What seed was the Brooklyn Nets, Jay?
What's that?
What seed
was it Brooklyn like 8th?
No, they were the 7th.
What seed was the Toronto Raptors, dog?
Exactly. What seed is the Raptors?
6.
So they're just one above Brooklyn.
I'm 6, bitch.
So they're no.
Sixers collapsed. The
Sixers
collapsed.
Sixers
Joel Embiid hit that shot in game 3, and they started celebrating, and they popped the champagne early. And this is what Doc, James Harden, Sixers do. I can't defend it.
I just don't understand because we all here agree the Brooklyn Nets were a true 7th seed.
AJ, how's Cabo? The Houston Rockets and the Lakers are together. They're loving it.
Ron, do you not understand what I mean? If you want me to explain, Ron, I'll explain. I'll explain why I said that, and then maybe you and I.
Hey, listen, I just told Jalen Green
this
to make
is what
sure he
I'm
had his
telling you.
copper
The
to him
reason
out so
why
he
I
get sunburned.
don't believe they were a 7 seed. They fell down there not because of their play, but because of the situation. You had a situation.
Bro, the Brooklyn Nets been horrific all year. Once KD got injured, they were that. Why would James Harden want to leave if they're not a true 7 seed? Like it was a mess.
Kyrie.
I mean, hold on. First, okay,
Kyrie.
but again, Ron, you're not letting me get to the point.
Coach,
Ron, I'm explaining it to you.
Horrific.
Ron, I'm explaining
desperation
it to you,
trade with Philly. Like
Ron,
a desperation trade for Ben Simmons, a player not playing.
I'm gonna explain it to you, Ron. I'm gonna explain it. Before they started falling apart, could someone reply to me? What seed was the Brooklyn Nets before they fell apart? I need someone to answer that question for me.
I think they were about 3.
They were the 1 seed.
Top 3.
They were the 1 seed.
No, Miami had the 1 seed.
Oh, yeah, before they fell apart,
No,
Brooklyn did get number 1.
before Miami got it, who was the 1 seed before Miami got it?
Like Miami, Chicago, Milwaukee.
And who? Brooklyn.
So
Brooklyn was the 1 seed.
Yeah, Milwaukee started off like the 5th seed.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Milwaukee started horrible.
I had the 1
they were going to be dog shit. And then other people were like, nah, you just got to give them time, whatever, right? But Brooklyn was still a top-seeded team.
I'm a first-half champion.
They were a top-seeded team. Kyrie started doing the sabbatical stuff. James Harden, Kevin Durant got injured. Then James Harden got injured. Like
everybody got injured. Joe Harris got injured.
Right. So it's like you're making it seem like, oh yeah, they're a 7 seed because they're dog water. They're not dog water.
They got Goran Dragic too.
Well, that was like after the waiver wire.
They got everybody. That was that roster.
So I'm just saying, like, now again, I'm just saying, for consistency's sake, Ronald, you can't ride with the Celtics all of a sudden call them overrated. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Nope.
You can't do that. That's completely that's absurd, especially considering the product you have in front of your face is not overrated at all. And by the way, Mike, I just want to let you know, and Mike, Jay, and Frankie, who did I say we needed to beat before we could call ourselves legitimate contenders? Can someone
Brooklyn and Milwaukee.
Brooklyn and Milwaukee. It was Brooklyn. It was Brooklyn and Milwaukee.
Brooklyn and Milwaukee.
Hold on. Who?
Brooklyn and Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's what I said. So who did we just beat? Brooklyn. And who are we playing next?
Milwaukee.
Yeah. And what did I say? If we beat them, where are we going?
Are you going to the finals?
Yeah.
He said they won in the championship.
Who did I say we had to beat?
Phoenix.
This next series is the best 2 teams. This is the finals. I can't wait to see what y'all got. Yes, Milwaukee and Boston are the 2 best teams in the NBA.
But we're overrated. Holy guacamole, brother.
This is straight out of Pride's mouth. Straight out of Pride's
Wait a
mouth.
minute. You can't just put Phoenix or Golden State out to the ring like that. You might be saying
hold on, Jay. This was straight out of Pride's mouth.
I don't believe in Golden State.
We said, Pride, who are you nervous about for the Celtics overall in both divisions or in both series?
Yes.
He said Brooklyn and Milwaukee.
Correct.
Meaning he has full faith.
About Golden State or Phoenix.
Exactly.
Because 100, I'm willing, if we can get through both the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks, I am comfortable with my chances, whether we win or lose.
No, but Pride, I gotta ask you a question though. So I want clarity. So you're not worried at all about Phoenix or Golden State as much as you were Brooklyn and Milwaukee.
Correct.
I wouldn't be worried about Phoenix.
The reason I say that,
if you really look at it, Devin Booker won't be 100.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about.
That's pretty big work considering. I'm asking you when you look at how much turmoil that Brooklyn went through, and you see how well Golden State is playing and the rhythm at which they're playing, and Phoenix. That's big words. I mean, that's crazy.
But at the same time, we have the bodies who can match up. Like in terms of guarding both Golden State and the Phoenix Suns. Who has the best defensive roster to defend both of those teams?
I mean, I get what you're saying. That Death Squad 2 is just looking, man, they're looking pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. Golden State's looking pretty.
I'm not saying that they're bums. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that they're bums. What I'm saying, if we can get through both the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks, I am comfortable with my chances against anybody in the league.
I'll be
don't get me wrong. I think the Celtics would put up a good fight against the Western Conference, but I got to be honest with you, man. I think it goes either way, man. It's going to be really freaking good. Let's be honest. It's going to be really immensely good.
I would like to see Celtics versus Warriors. That'll be a good matchup. Al Horford versus Draymond Green.
I think that'll be a good one.
That'll be good.
And I know Pride's
I gotta commit. I gotta commit. Because I said the Suns were gonna come out of the West, so I gotta.
I know Pride's gonna kill me.
I
still think the series of the year is gonna be Miami versus Boston if it happens. I still think that's gonna be the best series.
Man, Victor Oladipo.
There he is. This is what I don't get. Victor Oladipo doesn't do dick for 3 years. He has one cool game and now runs like 2 years.
Yo, this is exactly why.
He was
exactly why I love
Victor Oladipo came in the season and was balling out, putting up 40-point games. What are you talking about? Before the playoffs.
Mike don't care about nobody on the Heat besides Jimmy Buckets.
Hey, nah, we claim Tyler.
Just because I acknowledge somebody's balling out don't mean I'm dick riding Mike. Victor Oladipo.
12 motherfuckers on that team, and you name the motherfucker with no knees.
He's the X factor.
That's hey, never mind. Pride. If that's the X factor, Boston in 4. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, Boston Janitors round 2.
I blame.
Listen, I told Mike this before. Mike got mad at me. I have positively, and by the way, I had somebody get so butthurt. He started, and Mike, it was your best friend. He started insulting my moms.
It's not my best friend.
Yeah, he's your best friend. Nah, because you be putting up posts and you be talking with him like
I never replied, dog. I never replied.
Nah, you be hearting it and say let's cuddle. Like that's a true story. But nah, bro, I said this, and instead of rebuking it, he started talking about my moms. So that's how you know it's true. I almost said Milwaukee Bucks. This Miami Heat team. They're not a legitimate championship caliber team.
I think they are.
No, they're not, Michael.
The biggest thing is
the only reason you're saying that is because you love Jimmy Butler and you want to rock with Jimmy Butler. I guarantee when Jimmy Butler was with the Timberwolves, you were calling them a championship caliber team.
No, I didn't.
I guarantee. Mike, I see your nose growing. Stop lying, bro.
No, but I'll be real. I didn't. And the only reason I didn't was that I was mad as hell that they traded him for that white boy. Laurie Marketing his ass, he'll always be
dog. You will never let that go, huh?
Never.
You're never gonna let that go.
7 foot tall for what? 7 foot tall for what? For why?
Damn, bro.
I asked him to get stronger and hit the gym. He hit the gym, but then he forgot how to play basketball. I asked him to play basketball and he forgot to hit the gym. I hate this dude. I hate him so much.
Damn, bro, relax.
No.
Wow.
Die in Cleveland. Die mad.
Damn, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. But no, like
how I feel about
I
KD.
do not.
Break your knees, KD.
Whoa. Listen, I have absolutely positively no faith in this Miami Heat team at all. So in my opinion, they're the equivalent of the Utah Jazz. That was the 1 seed. And not a single soul on God's green earth looked at them and took them serious. They're just like the 2015 Atlanta Hawks, who were the 1 seed and everyone laughed because it was like Brett Miami's going to smack them. They're just like, what was it, the 2018 Celtics when we had Isaiah Thomas and we almost lost to the Bulls in the first round because we were a horrible number 1 seed.
17.
Bro, 17? Dog. Bro, I had people talking about, yeah, bro, this is our year. I'm like, what? I'm like, what?
What happened? We talked about Philly so much he left?
I think so.
Ron wasn't ready for the smoke. I tried to throw the white flag in. I tried to get him to go to reverse. He wouldn't do it.
Person on A7 in the morning that probably gets to get somebody out with his talking.
Good job, Pride. Watch my language. I'm sorry. I didn't say
no, because I just got yelled at. I just got yelled at for it.
By who?
I've been getting yelled at by everyone. They keep
man. I didn't want to say it, Mike, but when you said the B word after the whole conversation.
It's been a really rough week.
Hey, you know what?
Uh-huh. Hold on, real quick, because I love this question. Who on Boston is gonna go 1-on-1 with Curry, Clay, Poole, and Green? This is easy. Pick your poison. Jason Tatum can guard either or. You got Jaylen Brown, and then Marcus Smart. If you're gonna say pretend like Robert Williams can't hold his own against Draymond Green, you're bugging. I just named 4 dudes. I'm just
curious to see if they go against Phoenix with a healthy Booker. How is Tice going to be able to handle McGee and Ayton? I think
he's
going to be good.
I think McGee, but I think that's a series where you're gonna have Tice on McGee more. That he basically would come off the bench to handle him, and
Tice is
Robert
that dude.
Williams is gonna have that sole responsibility of being on Ayton. That's a situation where that's where that would have to be because and maybe at times throw Al Horford out there too. At times, sure, to give Robert Williams a rest, but in that instant, you still need to put somebody on JaVale McGee. And you got to put someone who's got hustle and will jump with him because JaVale McGee does a lot of those spark plug plays that like those crazy putbacks that like you got to stop those because when he does stuff like that, him and same thing with Bismack Biyombo, they'll do stuff like that and all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, they see it, they get excited, they get happy, and then next thing you know, Suns are in the rare instances the Suns are down by double digits, they do that. And next thing you know, heading into the fourth, all of a sudden they're up by 3.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
it's true. And I will say this: you guys split the season, right? I think Boston took the game there in Boston, and Phoenix took the game in Phoenix. So I think you guys match up well. I mean, you guys are pretty even. It's gonna be interesting. I think so. Brown's gonna be on Chris Paul, and then you got Booker. If it's a healthy Booker on Tatum, Tatum did. Am I right? Or is it the other way around?
I would put Smart on Book.
I was about to say I'll put Smart on Book.
Right, because that's your best defender.
Right.
Tatum did a good job with KD though.
Yeah, but at the same time in that series, I would kind of want to give him a little bit more of the scoring load.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I also just really don't think Book. I got mad love for Book. I had Book coming out of the West last year before anybody said nothing because I just love Book.
Right.
But I don't think he's going to be healthy. I really don't.
Let me ask you a question. So if it came down to a battle of the benches, who do you think has the better bench? Because Cam Payne and Cam Johnson are pretty good off that bench. Not to say that both Williams aren't on yours, but
Cam Johnson's starting 100%.
Oh, and yeah, he definitely have to start. But when it comes to the benches, that's a weird question. Because especially when you're in the finals, you're only really running with 7 dudes.
I like White. I think White does a lot of good work. He was a great pickup from the Spurs for Boston.
Oh, 100%. No, 100%. He's definitely still got to get.
Yeah.
If Ime kicks him out of the rotation, I'm gonna have to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to fight him.
That was one of the best pickups. Hey, Ron can say what he wants about James Harden, but that to me was one of the best pickups.
110%, and it was a sleeping pickup too.
They just needed that scorer off the bench, and the Spurs weren't asking for nothing. So and you still got Aaron Nesmith. I love Aaron Nesmith.
Mm-hmm. Got him. We got Peyton.
Williams. His name Pritchard. I love Pritchard.
That's my boy right there.
Pritchard's a weird dude. Is this Ronald?
Oh, Ron's back. What up, Ronald?
Hey, Ron had to go reload.
Nah, bro, because he knew we were going to talk about some Celtics and give them a little bit of love. So he took us
Derrick Rose ACLs and IT's hip.
So to talk about some of the games that happened, I want to start with Bulls and Bucks. I want to start with Ron because I want to start with Ron. Flowers. You said what, Ron?
That was your voice too.
I'm inappropriate. Ron, Milwaukee Bucks. They finished. They finished the Chicago Bulls 116-110, 4-1. I'm giving you your flowers, bro. Go ahead. You can go on your rant, bro. You got it.
Don't give them to me. Give them to Zach LaVine because he's the one that wants the money. I'm not gonna sit here and acknowledge like when Chris Middleton went down, we all thought the Bulls could have at least made it a series, and I feel like 5 games is a major disappointment for all of Chicago. Should have at least the 6. Bulls couldn't get enough. What happened to DeMar DeRozan, Mike?
He became DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I can answer it if you want, Pride.
I believe he wants an answer. Do you, Ron?
Yeah, well, Ronald, when Zach LaVine, Alex Caruso, and Lonzo Ball go down, and the Defensive Player of the Year multiple-time winner in Giannis Antetokounmpo, and an MVP and a world champion is the only one that has to be guarded by DeMar. I don't know what you want from me.
Jay McLovin, what significant players are in the Milwaukee Bucks backcourt?
Well, I'll tell you.
Here comes
Hey, listen. I'll tell you right. They had Matthews. They had Matthews starting in place of Middleton, and they had Holiday. But I got to be honest with you, Mike. I still think the ultimate disrespect was Grayson Allen on you guys. I just think that's the ultimate slap in the face. He still shot 50% from the 3-point line, even though he only got 13 points. He shot 50% at the 3-point arc. But I think really hurt Chicago was just your lack of shooting. You guys just didn't shoot the ball well. Even you had open shots, they were missing open shots.
Lonzo Ball is the top 5 3-point shooter in the league.
But no, Ron.
Lonzo Ball wasn't there.
No. Because Mike, I know what he's doing. He's trying to be sarcastic. Yeah, he's making a sarcastic remark. However, the funny part about it, what he's doing right now, he's doing what your best friend is doing, Mike. He's doing what your best friend is doing.
Hey, Pride, he was mad quiet the first half of the season, though, right? Mad quiet. Just kept.
That's your boy. I don't know. That was your boy. You be laying on your stomach in your bed with your legs up in the air, texting him like, "Hey."
Yeah.
It's not even.
Yeah,
When he asked me, when you left and went on your sabbatical, and he asked me if he could come in and take your place, who told him no?
Nah, Freddie, because rumor had it you were fighting for him. That's the rumor.
Rumor had it. Bro,
that's the rumor going around the streets.
I shut that shit down like Kawhi shut down the fucking Phillies. Don't do that to me.
Nah, that's the rumor, brother. That's the rumor.
You're capping, dog.
That's
the
rumor. I don't know, Skip. I don't know. That's the rumor, Michael. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot. Other people don't know it.
We're going to have to have a meeting about that one.
Doesn't matter. Pride, you can't be the place.
But Ron, he said, because I'm saying the reason they missed Lonzo was because Lonzo could have ran the floor better, which kind of would have given everybody way more open shots, and on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know if you lose in double digits with Lonzo. That's all I'm saying.
But even when Lonzo was there, they were missing open shots. Even without Lonzo, they were still missing open shots. So that really kind of negates it.
No,
I saw quite a few open shots that they missed.
Are you talking about in the series or like in the regular season?
You talking about the regular season?
No, I'm talking about in the series. There was a lot of open shots even in the series.
The entire series. Wasn't there. He was out the entire series.
Yeah, so you can't blame him.
No, I'm talking about just the players themselves were missing open shots in the series.
There's no guards. There's nothing. They have nothing to actually.
But what does a guard have to do with about missing an open shot? They had open shots that they had missed.
Jay, when you're coming down the court in an NBA game and you don't have somebody that can get you open and create a shot for you in that moment, if you're just passing the ball around like this is a high school game, dudes are going to miss shots. It's just like you're just fucking around in practice. And that's how it is. And it was unfortunate. If DeMar DeRozan is coming up with the ball 90% of the time, I'm expecting that same result 90% of the time. Because that's not a true point guard. You have to have someone who's willing to create something. And you don't have it. I'm so serious. If Jason Tatum's coming up with the ball, Pride, what happened in 2018?
I tell you, man, that's a lot of damn excuses for Chicago. That's a lot of freaking excuses. Just take your help.
Jay, go to the group chat right now. Go to the group chat right now, Jay.
Okay, I'm going.
Frankie is so disrespectful. That's why he muted himself. So disrespectful. G. Willikers. Oh my days.
Hey, which group chat am I going to? Because there's a lot of them that we're in.
The wrestling one. The wrestling one. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. Frankie is so disrespectful. I just want to throw that out there.
I love Frankie.
I love when Frankie is mad disrespectful.
Hey, I'm not scared to say it.
No, bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
I never said Lonzo was in the game. I never once said that, Frankie. So go blow it out your ass.
Yeah, you did.
You did say it.
I never said Lonzo was in the game. I said they were missing open looks. I never said Lonzo was in the game. I know he wasn't in the game. I never said that.
Gentlemen,
hey, run the tape back. If I'm not mistaken, you said when Lonzo was in the game, they were still missing shots, but Lonzo was never.
If I said that, I misspoke. I didn't mean that Lonzo was in the game. I'm just saying they were just missing open shots. Was my point.
My big thing though, Jay, and I'll say it like this, and I want to speak to Ronald. Thank God he's back. I never understood, where it all comes from. For everybody at the beginning of the season to say this team might not make the play-in. And then everybody's upset when they get bounced in the first round. It's like I don't understand where the narrative changed. And it makes me happy though, because it makes you realize how good your team can be. The expectation changed. So I'm very excited about it. And I'm not trying to sound like the most optimistic person in the room, because I know there's a lot of changes that need to be made. Like especially like the Grayson Allen thing. Hey, first and foremost, Pride, I'm sorry. Fuck Grayson Allen. I don't care.
Come on, I'm gonna get yelled at.
I know. Hey, Freddie, look at me in my face when I say this, bro. I know you're watching it. Hey, it's the last time I say it.
Are you ready to come back, Michael? 2-minute timeout for Michael.
No, but I do agree with Mike, though, man. Listen, they're a few pieces away from really, like you said, Mike, from really being able to contend. You're a few pieces, man. You got a good outlook on your team, no doubt about it, man.
Right, I think. But
to your point, DeRozan, Levine, Lonzo, those three guys are young, so you got plenty of youth there to work with.
Right.
And Caruso as
DeRozan's
well.
old as shit. DeRozan's old as shit. Like,
Isn't he like 30?
33.
I thought DeRozan was 28. Is he 30?
Nah, he's 33. Yeah.
No. 28. That frame you're
Zach.
thinking about is Zach because he's 27.
Zach
Oh,
is-
okay. Never mind. Then I
Yeah.
definitely had the wrong guy in mind.
Yeah.
I forgot that DeRozan.
Another one.
But Pride, like I told Jay, when 80% of your roster is under 25, I'm really excited about it. And for the Grayson Allen thing, Pride and I were actually talking about it. Oh, well, Grayson Allen's dropping 25 on your head. Well, that's because no one's guarding him. We're all guarding Giannis. You can't just not guard Giannis or Bobby Portis or any of these guys in the paint. If you want to leave Grayson out there, go ahead, by all means. But there's a reason he only had 10 points per game this season. He just cooked off in the right time. And all power to him. Hey, but Pride, he's still a bitch.
Somebody's going to get put in timeout on the network. Somebody's going to get put in timeout on the network. I see a sabbatical coming.
No,
not
after yesterday. Y'all were swearing left and right yesterday.
I know.
But
Today
they put in the chat that you cannot swear on TV. It is now officially law.
Jeez.
And then you disregarded it. And not only did you disregard it, but you went straight to the middle of the camera and put it like this.
I didn't read that.
All right, from now on, next
Hey, no, listen, Mike. I love you too, man. It was beautiful. Man. I was like, oh crap, here we go.
I didn't see that message. No one.
Hey, I did not have sex with that woman.
I really didn't. I didn't see it, dude.
Ronald, we are gonna go. I'm speaking to Ronald, not you. Okay. All right. Go play. Go do something.
I need a
Thank
nickname like your kids do. I can't be LeBron or Westbrook, but
dog, like it is crazy. I said I've never called her Ron before in my life. I don't say Ronald unless I'm speaking to you because I don't know any other Rons. So the fact that I said Ronald, she looked at me and said, "What? Like, well, why are you like mind your business? Just like your mom. Stop being nosy. Let Pride be great. Let me be great.
Don't talk to my little mama.
Got Pride.
But I want to see if I can get some good about the Chicago Bulls out of your mouth. Do you think
you can?
It's a 2-question. First and foremost, do you think the series could have been more competitive if the Bulls were healthy? That's 1. And 2, can you at least admit that the future is looking solid for the Chicago Bulls?
I think so. I think he gets some.
Jay,
he was talking to me.
Was he talking to you? I thought said the word y'all. I guess I got y'all and Ron confused. My bad. I apologize. I'll be quiet.
Mike, what's DeMar DeRozan's contract? Is he under contract for 2 years or
3? He's got 3 more.
He got 3 more years.
Yeah.
We need, as I speak for we as Chicago Nation, we need Zach LaVine to pull a Tom Brady. He better not ask for the max. We need you to take less, Zach.
I agree.
Don't ever compare somebody with Tom Brady. Disrespect.
No, I said he needs to pull a Tom Brady. Calm down.
Nobody can pull a Tom Brady. The young ones always want more money.
I think it's really easy to cheat, but that's just me.
I think y'all gonna have to let him go, Mike,
it's not as hard to get caught.
In this NBA, there's too many teams like Orlando Magic, Detroit Pistons, Houston Rockets. They'll get Zach LaVine every dollar he wants, and that's kind of what sucks about it. That I think you guys are gonna have to let him go, but it could be a good thing.
Yeah, I told Pride the same thing. Like my big thing is, your center is 34 years old. I'm not down with that. I'm not down with that at all. So if Zach leaves, I'll take DeAndre Ayton from Jay Ness in a heartbeat. I don't care. If they don't want to pay him, I'll give him 5 years. I'll give him 6 years. Honestly, he can have the keys to my house. I don't give a crap. Like, he can have it.
I think the key to the success of the Bulls is making Zach LaVine agree to a sign and trade.
I would.
Whoa, hold on. Are you saying a signing trade if he wants that max contract, or are you talking about a signing trade period?
Nah, you have to do a max because he's a free agent.
Right. Yeah, nobody turns down money.
Yeah. Now, what you would have to do, though, you would have to have the team you're trading for be willing to take that max, though, too. And I don't know. You'd have to figure it out. But, like, my thing is,
Orlando.
like, hey, I'm going to say it. Not they. Ronald, their pride one last time. It's just
no. I will kick you out so fast.
Ronald, there is nothing in Orlando that I want.
No. You know who you should bro. You know who you should do? This is gonna sound messed up.
I'll take Franz Wagner, and other than that,
either him or go get Wendell Carter back.
No.
Oh, I got scared. I thought I lost it.
No,
I lost it.
Why? Because even in Orlando, he only averaged 2 more points.
Bro, he was solid. What do you mean?
You know what inflated stats are, Pride?
No.
I think
he's getting less touches.
Mike,
he's getting about the same touches as Vucevic.
There.
He's getting no. But those aren't inflated.
But how many
he's getting
points?
The same touches.
Hey, same touches. How many points does Vooch have?
You said what?
Vooch is averaging like 20. So then what's the big difference is Wendell's averaging 12 and the same amount of touches. That's a downgrade. That's not an upgrade.
It's not a downgrade. But hold on, time out. Y'all losing because Vooch thinks he's Steph.
That's fine.
No, it's not fine.
That's fine.
Vooch is playing the same way Kristaps was playing in Dallas. We slandered his name, and Vooch is like, it's okay. Like,
that's fine.
Nah, bro. Nah.
I don't want Wendell.
You get a role player big man? I'd be willing to do that.
You think I'd be down to get Zach LaVine for Wendell Carter Jr.?
I'm talking if you're doing it specifically with Orlando. I'm not saying that Orlando's the only outcome. I'm just saying as of right now, when asked what teams would take Zach LaVine in his max contract, what was the only team we brought up?
I think for me,
Orlando's been the only team we brought up so far. So
my big one is I'll take Hardaway or what's that dude who's the shooting guard of Dallas? He's gonna be a free agent. Bruno?
Spencer Dinwiddie?
Nah, hold on, I'll look up his name. But dude, if we could get Paulette, whatever his name is.
No, Brunson's not a free agent.
Yeah, he is.
Jalen Brunson gonna be a free agent?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they were talking about bringing other people in to try to replace him. But
that's why all right, I got it. So if you can get Powell and Brunson and run it like that for Zach LaVine, and you can have Luka and Zach, I'm perfectly fine with that. But hey, and to Joe McDonald's point of Malcolm Brogdon, no thanks. I'm good. No one wants Malcolm Brogdon. I'm fine.
Ooh, you better relax there.
I don't want Malcolm Brogdon for Zach LaVine.
I don't know, man. I would consider it. Malcolm Brogdon, bro?
Here's my thing. People don't realize Malcolm Brogdon's a free agent next year. So I would trade Zach just to be in the same problem. If I get Brunson's a sign and trade, Zach's a sign and trade, and then it is.
No, but you could have him because we've seen it before where a guy it's not a sign and trade. Well, kind of, but the guy signs an extension.
Right. But that's my thing. Now, mind you, Brogdon's 30. Do I want an extension with Brogdon?
For don't hit me with that because at 31 you gave DeMar DeRozan a 4-year contract.
No, but that's what I mean.
And you loved it. But you can't.
You gotta hear me out. You gotta hear me out, Pride. The problem with it is right now that means so who's the face of the future then? You have nobody under 25 other than Patrick Williams and all those guys, and you have to bank on them becoming franchise players. We wouldn't have a franchise player anymore. We would just have a bunch of older dudes and young dudes. We need that guy now.
But Jalen, I don't know. Can Jalen Brunson be a franchise guy?
I don't know. But Malcolm's not.
Right, but where you are right now, you're not trading for a franchise player. You're not trading for a franchise guy.
That's what I mean, though. Like, it would have to be a sweet deal. It couldn't just be like.
Well, honestly, you're not. I don't think any player, unless it's a situation where you guys get Kyrie.
Kyrie, I've never once slandered your name.
You're about to once he gets on your team.
If this is my film, this is my tape of recruiting, I just want you to know I kept it a buck. You want to come? By all means. That's all I'm going to say. I'll leave it at that. I don't want to say too much because then pride's going to put me in timeout.
No, I'm going to put you in timeout. As long as you don't curse, I won't put you in timeout. I promise.
Yeah, but you're talking about Kyrie. I can't not curse. That man weird. But
you defended him, so I don't want to hear nothing coming out of your mouth. You defended
him. Sure, I did. Hey, but as long as Frankie knows, I never defended KD.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
With
all the love in my heart, I appreciate you for doing that.
Yes,
sir. I don't know about that one, Chief. I have no idea about that one, but as they say in the streets, it is what it is. Last game I'll talk about: Nuggets at Warriors.
Play ball.
Close game. 102-98. Jokic and Steph battled back and forth. Both guys dropped a cool 30 for positively no reason whatsoever. And I say that because I feel bad for Jokic. I really do, but Jokic's also the better team. Notice I'm saying Jokic because,
because he is the Nuggets in a sense.
At this point, you know what I mean?
Bad for him, because he's got a couple of injuries out there. He went out there. He was shorthanded going into this.
Yeah.
Very, very. Like I said, you're missing your next.
I thought Murray was coming back, bro. That's a huge.
I thought so too. I thought so too. They were kind of hyping it up a little bit, and then all of a sudden they were like, "Nope," and I was like, "So okay."
Right. Hey, Pride.
Go ahead.
I just want to say really quick because it does tie into the Nuggets. And I know a lot of Bulls fans were on me real hard about not wanting to re-sign Zach. Look at Michael Porter Jr. right now after that extension. If Zach LaVine already tore his ACL, is having knee surgery again on that knee today, and we give him a max the same way they gave Michael Porter Jr. a max, how'd that work out?
That's different.
It's not. It's the same back injury. It's the same knee.
No, it's not. But again, the knee isn't what has him out indefinitely. It's his back.
No, but I'm saying
that's why that deal's bad. Look, I'm if a guy tears his ACL and he comes back and hoop, I'm comfortable giving him an extension. That doesn't bother me.
It's the second time he's done it.
I'm more willing to give you a max extension compared to a guy that has back problems.
Right, but you hear me though, where it's like
it's really hard to deal with back issues.
I mean, don't get it twisted.
It really is hard.
I get what you're saying. How your nervousness, your apprehension is. So I get that. You know what I mean?
If it was any other team, any other organization, I'd say fine. It's the
Chicago
Chicago
flashbacks
Bulls
of Derrick Rose, huh?
With the Derrick Rose shit, I'm good. I'm good, bro. That set us back. That forced Jimmy Butler to become a franchise player. And if that never happened, I'm gonna be completely unbiased. Jimmy probably never becomes a franchise player if Derrick never gets hurt. He's probably just a role player who talks a lot of shit. He's Patrick Beverly. But
no, I wouldn't say that.
I don't think
honestly, but
I
Mike
don't think Jimmy would get that opportunity.
No, he wouldn't have. If Derrick Rose never gets hurt, Jimmy Butler never gets the opportunity.
No, I'm just saying the Patrick Beverly part. Come on, man.
Nah, he would. That's all he would have been was a Patrick.
That's what he was.
If we're gonna be honest, that's what he. And to Mike's point, that's literally what he was before the Bulls had no choice but to turn to him and make him the guy.
Right.
Before that, he was an overgrown Patrick Beverly. That's all he was. A guy who chit-chatted and played some defense. Granted, he's a better defender, but the role he was on was the same thing. Now D-Rose gets hurt, and now they had no choice but to turn for him, and this probably going to be a controversial thing. I never looked at him as a superstar.
Right.
Ever in my life.
I never saw him as a superstar, no, but I thought he was I thought athletically he could shoot the ball better.
Hey, but to get back to Denver, though, because I know Ron's tired of hearing about Chicago, this is like a question I wanted to ask you guys, not to take over Pride, but, Jokic kind of said something about, this could have been the last dance kind of conversation. Because he's going to be
doing a max contract if it's on the table.
Do you think, though, something will happen with Michael or Jamal, because they don't have the money to sign Jokic to the extension they want to, and it's one of those conversations where it's like, teams like Chicago, if teams like Chicago want to hold out this offseason and wait for Jokic next year, or Dallas, or any of these other teams like New York, they can, but what does Denver have to do in order to keep Jokic, or do you think he's out the door?
Well,
They're gonna have to give him a max contract. That's what he
but
wants.
no, they can't afford it. They can't.
They have
afford it.
Jamal's
I don't
on
think they can
one.
keep him. I don't think
Jamal's
they can
on
keep him.
one. Michael's on one. They have Aaron Gordon's on a pretty good contract.
He's on a pretty good deal.
Right, that's what I'm saying. To my point, what I'm saying is I don't think they can keep him. I really
Yeah.
don't. I think he's gonna wind up going somewhere else.
But do you blow everything up except
Oh, yeah.
Jokic?
No,
Yeah.
Jokic?
I don't think.
No.
I mean, how do you not though? I mean, that's really your best player. I don't know, man. That's a
Because
rough
I'm
one.
gonna be honest, if you take out Jokic and replace him, I
Mhm.
still think that's a playoff team. Not a top 5 seed, but I still think that if they replaced him with if they wanted Vooch and if they took Vooch and replaced him with Vooch or another center in this league, I think they'd Mitchell Robinson or something. They'd still be a solid team.
Yeah, that's if Porter Jr. Like you said to your earlier point. That's if Porter Jr. comes back healthy.
Right. If he comes back healthy. So would you rather
You know what I
them,
mean?
would you rather them blow up everything else around it?
no. Could you still have somewhat of a solid 1-2 where if you got Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr.
Right.
and if you go get a center, like for instance,
Mitchell Robinson, something like that.
if even that, let's say you just trade Jokic because you have no choice. You
DeAndre
trade him
Ayton?
for something or you said what?
DeAndre Ayton?
That's what I'm saying. If you
Right.
move him and you get a guy like DeAndre Ayton,
Mhm.
you're not as good as you were,
Right.
but
You're up there.
you're still in that playoff hunt. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think you're still in that playoff hunt. Now, I do know that that if possible, because I do believe Jokic has been there long enough where they can actually give him the supermax over cap. I think you got to be with the team for 6 years.
Yeah.
So I think he's been there for the 6.
I think that's what they did with Giannis.
Exactly, yeah. So yeah, because they couldn't afford payout, but it was like
Right.
the bird bidding rule, whatever the fuck it's called. So I do think that they're gonna look at that. The Nuggets are gonna look at that and say, look, we can give him the supermax because right now it's projected to be, which would honestly end up being the longest contract in NBA history. It would start him at 44 million, 44.8, then 48.4. 52.2, 56.4, and then 60.9 million. So that would be all 5 years. So it'd be
Right.
5-year, $262.8 million deal. So that's what it's projected. I do think I think Denver gives it to him. I think they make it work.
Right.
I really do.
I think it'll be interesting, man. It'll be really interesting to see what goes down with that. Because for me, I've said it the whole time. I think Jokic to Dallas or whatever you have to do to get Luka to Denver, and those two together, it's Kobe Shaq 2.0. It's just a lesser version, and I think it's going to be super raw.
I think with that Jamal Murray, he wasn't in the playoffs last year. He wasn't in the playoffs this year. I just don't. It's the health of the team that I kind of question in terms of blowing it up or not keeping. They're just not very dependable. Those two particular star players that they have.
And even respectfully, and Pride was with me when I said it early on. I don't know if he still is, but when Jamal Murray had the next season before he tore his ACL after the bubble, honestly, he's one of those bubble guys where it's like, okay, you were cool in the bubble, you were hot in the bubble, but that whole season he played before he tore his ACL in the playoffs, he wasn't looking too hot. He was streaky. He wasn't consistent. He wasn't the Jamal Murray from the bubble. Neither's TJ Warren or any of those guys. And it's like, I really don't know what you're really looking at in Jamal Murray as a consistent player.
Right. And that's why I kind of think, yeah, okay, do you have to blow it up? No. Can they still be possibly in the playoffs if they stay healthy? Yeah, but are they really going to be – are we going to take them seriously in the playoffs, or are they just going to be a team that we just got to go through to get to the next round?
I think they're more like the Utah Jazz than anybody else.
Yeah.
Are you talking about without Jokic or right now?
Right now, like looking at these guys as not Jokic, but the roster itself. The roster itself is just like, okay, Donovan Mitchell is your greatest player on the Utah Jazz, and then you have Jokic on Denver. But everybody else around that, you don't know which version of them you're going to get that night. Okay. Jordan Clarkson has nights where he's giving you 40, and then the next night he'll give you 5. And it's like, then you have a bunch of other guys who, you know, Ingles and all them were 33 years old and shit.
Ingles
and
got traded.
Right, no, yeah, I know, but it's like when
you're talking about before?
Right. Before you didn't know what
Yeah.
you were going to get with any of those guys. And it's the same
Yeah.
thing with Jamal Murray. It's the same thing with Aaron Gordon. It's the same thing with Michael Porter Jr. They're just not consistent enough. The only one consistent is Jokic.
I mean, it's honestly, if I'm Denver, I don't get rid of. Honestly, I'm giving these guys one more year.
Right.
I would give them next year.
And even
I
Pride.
would give them the opportunity, and let's see what you guys can do. Go ahead, Jay.
Right. No, I was just saying, if I'm a team owner, there's two ways to look at it. And really, it kind of goes what you're saying, Pride. If I'm a team owner, I'm like, okay, look, if I blow up this team, I'm going to lose revenue. Because, I mean, people aren't going to really come. Like I said, we're going to be dog shit. Nobody's going to want to come see the games until we get competitive again. So if I blow up the team, okay, I lose competitiveness, okay, I lose revenue. Or I keep the team that I have. Like you said, if I lose Joker, which I probably will, because like you said, you can't pay him because I got the other two max guys, but they're both injured. Okay, then I have to realize, most likely, I'm probably just going to keep us, like you said, probably, maybe a fourth or fifth seed in the playoffs, but I'm still keeping the revenue. So I don't know, man. I mean, if you want to get better, I think you kind of got to blow it up because of the health reasons. But if you want to stay competitive and keep revenue in the seats, then you keep it together. And you try to, like you said, you try to do maybe you do a Vucevic for Joker and you stay somewhat, fourth or fifth seed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I just want to. So right now, Jokic has been with them for a while. So he has been there for the 6 years. Let's see. Because I'm trying to. Okay, so no, he's spent a single year. He gets 2.
All right, fellas, I'm heading to the plantation. Love y'all.
All right, Ron, be safe, Brody.
What the fuck, Ron?
So okay, so the bird rule is okay. So basically, the bird rule, if you're with it's like certain scenarios or whatever. For the full bird rights, a team gets the players full bird rights if they spend 3 years with their team without leaving in free agency. And it doesn't have to be a 3-year deal. So it could be like 3 consecutive 1-year deals, or it could be a 2 and a 1, or 3, or even like a 4.
Doesn't matter if it's okay for 3 though.
It doesn't matter. You just have to play at least 3 back-to-back congruent years.
It's basically what LeBron's been doing, isn't it?
No.
Like his entire, I don't know.
No.
He always signs.
No, because before this gets there, you need to be with the team.
Okay.
So before you can even have this conversation, you got to be with them for 3 years.
Yeah, I just meant like Bron always he'll do a 2-year deal and then he'll sign another 2-year extension. So he's never there for too long.
He did that with the Lakers. He did that with the Lakers. He signed like a 4-year deal.
What LeBron is doing. What LeBron is doing, he's cashing in to get like the most he can for that year.
Yeah.
Right.
What the bird right is, it basically gives you a soft cap to re-sign players that have been on your team for at the bare minimum 3 years.
Right.
So you're able to go above the cap into this no man's land type of dead zone where you can only get so there's like the cap and then it's the hard cap. In between this little gray area, that's to re-sign players you have to keep them there longer. But again, they have to be with you for 3 years. That's how you're able to see a lot of these teams re-sign their superstars to these extraordinary contracts that people don't make. But it's just because.
Two questions. What you're saying is, so with the bird right, they could give him a max deal then.
They could give that supermax. They can give him that supermax and be over the salary cap. And since they're in that gray threshold, it basically cancels it out, for a lack of a better.
How does that hit them on the luxury tax? They still got to pay the luxury tax, though, wouldn't they?
No, because they're in that gray area. The
gray area exempts them from the luxury tax.
Correct, because that gray area is specifically built, made, and created for you to re-sign your superstar to keep them on your team. So that's what that gray area is for.
Sounds like some shit to me, but.
No, it is. It's basically the NBA. It's in the CBA. It's their way of giving everyone a legit opportunity.
Well, then they could put a supermax deal on the table.
When a man starts a sentence with, "All right, so here's the gray area," I go, "Yeah, this is some BS. This is gonna suck."
But yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it says in 1983, the NBA's collective bargaining agreement called for the league's first ever salary cap, which would limit the cash amount teams could spend on their players, rather than to institute a hard cap, which would strictly prohibit players from going above a certain salary limit. The NBA chose a soft cap with a handful of exceptions, which is basically there's a soft cap, there's this gray area, then the hard cap, and basically that gray area is designed to basically bring back your superstars. And as long as you stay in there, you don't got to pay salary tax or that luxury tax. Now, if you get over, now we got a whole different conversation.
Right.
So
explain this to me though.
Go ahead.
So what I could do, I could say, let's say I sign Ricky Rubio, Jordan Clarkson and Bobby Portis, cheap deals, nothing expensive, and then I sign Zach LaVine to a max.
Yep.
Could I do that?
No.
Because it's that gray line of the max.
No, okay.
So would go to Zach.
So
but was he with the Bulls for 3 years?
Exactly. He's been with the Bulls since 2017.
The gray line only comes in if they've been for at least 3 years.
He's been.
So if you get all those guys and offer him that supermax, that is possible. Now it does depend on how much you also have, because if let's say you have 10% of your cap left,
right,
and too much of that contract leaks past that gray area and
right,
into past the hard cap, then you pay luxury tax.
Technically, I believe this is how it works. Since we traded for Zach, we also get the full rights of his time in Minnesota. So not only do we have his time as 5 years as a Bull, but we get his time in Minnesota because we never signed Zach. Zach came as a trade, so you get the rights from Minnesota as well.
Right.
So basically, It's like that's our draft pick in Zach LaVine. So that's how that kind of transpires. So to me, we can offer him a super max if we wanted to. It's just not the conversation that everyone wants to have. No one wants to give him that. But
so to
the Bulls owner's watching right now. He's like, "Ooh, that's a good idea."
He's like,
to give a little bit of more the thing on it, which is that gray area I was talking about.
I hate that
it allows teams to pay up to 120% of its previous salary.
Right.
So that's the gray area that like I was talking about. Like again, if you're able to pay them 120%, put them up in that little gray area and they'll be fine. So shout out to the Bird Rule, bro. Named after the greatest.
Why are we just finding out about this? It's been around since 1993.
Forever, bro. Forever. It's been around forever.
What the hell?
You'll never believe how I stumbled upon it.
I never knew about that gray area, honestly.
Bro, I think I stumbled upon it in 2K. I think it was 13 when you had my career, and it said bird right years or some shit like that.
What is it?
I don't know what the fuck it was. I thought it was like, what? Am I all of a sudden gonna like my skin's gonna be bleached and I'm gonna turn to Larry Bird? Like
right.
I didn't know what's going on. So I looked it up. I actually Googled it, and then that's when I found out that like the NBA hard cap it's there, but there's this gray area to help teams sign back their players, and there's just like different rules and shit that they got to go through.
Is Anthony's comment talking about Zach LaVine?
Yeah.
You give me Cam Reddish, Mitchell Robinson, and a draft pick, and I'll do it.
No. He's saying straight draft picks though. He's saying, would you consider doing it with straight draft picks and no players?
No, I have draft picks, sir. I've been doing draft picks the last 22 years. Give me some shit, or I don't want it.
You can't say those words.
I said it, and I meant
it's supposed to be a clean show.
30 seconds on the clock, Mike. I'm sorry I had to. 30 seconds on the clock.
You a snitch, Jay.
No, a snitch would be that Price said the S word 2 seconds before Mike said it, okay? Calm down.
No,
Mike, are you ready to come back, Mike?
A snitch is where somebody says something and the host didn't hear it.
That's a hypocrite, Jay.
Right? Like a snitch is where someone says something, the host didn't hear it, and you're like, can't say that.
Yo, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
You know what I just realized, bro?
What's up?
And I just realized it because I'm scrolling through Twitter. Bryce Harper debuted 10 years ago.
Yeah, Bryce has been around for a hot minute.
Yo, I didn't realize it's been 10 years already.
Yeah. Bryce has been around for a hot minute.
I thought he was in like Philly for like 4 years and then just went over with
I was 12.
Washington for like 4 years.
No, he was with them for 6.
Nah, I know that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I thought he was.
Oh yeah,
with
you
them for
thought
like 4 years.
like looking back, you thought he was only there for a couple years, and this is only his third year in Philly. So it's like, oh yeah, and it's crazy because I'm on Twitter right now. Because during the show, I usually go on Twitter to like if we're having conversations, see what people say, to like ask y'all questions, all that stuff. Yeah. And they're like 10 years ago, Bryce Harper made his MLB debut at 19, and I'm like, ayo, what?
That's
crazy. Like, where have I been 10 years of my life? I was 14.
It just goes to show how bad Washington Nationals are with him. Like he's a good player. He's an outstanding player. But that's
I was a virgin.
Probably you can't 30 seconds on the clock.
Bless his heart. Oh, hold on. Ooh.
He's a good player, yo. When he became a free agent, I was super high. I'm like, please, I wanted the Yankees to sign him. Then he went to Philly, and I got so mad. I'm like, come on, Philly don't need him. They're just gonna waste his talent.
Not Boston. The Yankees never had a legitimate chance to get Bryce Harper.
Well, we spent all our money to get Garrett Cole rather than
y'all have spent way too much money.
But we did need Garrett Cole. We needed that pitcher, so it's whatever.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. If Garrett Cole's your ace, you're not doing shit. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'll say that to my dying breath. Me and Mike had this conversation. Oh, yeah. Like, bro, How many
hits you guys got off him?
Huh?
How many hits you guys got off him this year?
Garrett Cole?
Yeah. Relax. I'm asking a question.
You talking about Garrett Cole?
How many
the same dude last year that we had? Yo, dog.
Relax. I'm asking a question.
All I know is last year, the dude literally had a fake corona to duck us. And when he got the test and failed, we had to put him on the mound. Was he the same one who could have handled the wild card game? Do better. Okay, Mike.
What'd you say?
During the wild card game, we're gonna put our best pitcher out there. Dude got mollywop. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear nothing come from nobody. I ain't hearing nothing from a Yankees fan. I ain't hearing absolutely nothing from a Yankees fan.
Oh, this is coming from someone who's a Boston Red Sox fan, but you're all the way down in the bottom of the leaderboard. My bad, I forgot. I understand.
Okay, and
I understand.
You want to know what the difference is? Do you want to know what the difference is between us? You want to know what the difference is between us?
I don't want to hear nothing. Win some more games, and then you can tell me the difference.
Imagine. I dare you to win 100+ games to get only smacked in the wild card game, and then I dare you to look at me and I want you to give me an explanation. Oh wait, you can't because you're just another biased fan who is too scared to criticize your own team.
No, I can't say it because the wild card isn't here yet. I can't say it because the wild card's not here yet. I can't say it because the wild card's not here yet, buddy. When the wild card comes around, then we could talk about that.
Gotta get smacked, bro.
My team's gonna make the wild card.
Chicago?
Yeah. They extended the playoffs. I'm gonna get in just to get in.
Mike said they extended it some automatically.
Yeah, they extended 14 teams each conference. I'll be there.
What?
Mike said, "I'm good. I'm golden, man."
Yeah. Sox fans mad as hell. Go Cubs!
They triggered. Bro.
We both getting bounced in the first round. How y'all feel,
bro? They're real life type, bro.
At least my ring be shining.
They're real life.
I gotta be honest with you. I think the team in the AL, man, is Toronto, and I hate to say that, but God, Toronto's looking so
100%
good right now.
100% Toronto.
Been on that bandwagon for years.
100% Toronto.
Also, Seattle's looking pretty good as well.
I like Seattle.
Yeah, but I don't.
Julio's not ready for that.
I like Seattle, but in a 7-game series.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I rock with Toronto more. You know what I mean? Now,
I definitely rock with Toronto more.
I think Seattle makes the playoffs, and they try to do something. But in a 7-game series, I don't know.
How do you, Mike? How do you feel about the Houston Astros?
I don't. I don't feel about that. Sorry, Jay. I don't.
This again.
No, it's okay. Like I said, it's an early season, man. We still got the trade deadline. We just need to increase. If we just get a little bit more pitching, we're gonna be fine.
I just hate dudes. Like, I'll tell you a page from Mike Hughes' book. Before I got with my baby mama, I was a connoisseur of women. But when I got caught up, Jay McLovin, I would let you know, hell yeah, I did that shit. For you to cheat and then to tell me you did it and that you don't care that you did it. That ain't right, dog. That ain't right.
What are you talking about?
That's for y'all too. That's for y'all too. I gotta get on camera for
y'all
this.
tweeted, and they were like, all right, here's a press conference. I need every single Houston Astros player to apologize for cheating in 2017. And Carlos Correa and Alex Bregman go up there. Pride, I'm going to not swear, but they go up there and they basically tell everyone to kick rocks. They're like, nah, we didn't do that. And if we did, what you going to do about it? No punishment, nothing.
Well, hell, man. Yankees cheated, but you're not giving them shit. Boston cheated. I don't see you giving them shit. Shut the hell up, Mike. At least keep it real. At least keep it real, Mike. Mike, keep it real, Mike. Mike, and don't even give me stuff about the Black Sox in Chicago. Y'all fucking cheated too, even though it was 100 million years ago.
Oh, time out.
Time out, Pride. Time out. Pride, get him off. Get him off. Get him out of here. I want him gone. And you know what? I'm the only one on the screen, and it makes me feel uncomfortable. Now we all rocking in the dark. Yeah.
Hey, look, man. Everybody freaking shit. I don't give a damn if you get caught or you don't get caught.
Hey, Pride, put him up. Put him up. No.
60 seconds.
Put him up. Pride, where'd you go, bro? Why are you mad at me, bro? I didn't even do nothing. I just kept it a bug, bro. I used to be a fiend. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying, but I own it. You got to own your negative self, and they didn't own it. So, Frankie, to answer your question, I don't feel anything about the, what is their names? The Houston Astros. I don't. I just don't.
Jay, you're muted, bro. I don't know if you know.
Pride, come back to me, brother. Pride, come back to me, brother. What's wrong?
That was a one-on-one conversation.
What's wrong, Pride? What happened?
Huh?
Why are you upset with me?
Bro, you said baby mom's like, what the hell? Like, where have I been, brother?
Well,
is?
We can talk about it later, but
we're gonna talk about it later. You have no choice. You have no choice whatsoever.
Man.
So
Coach Hughes.
Papa Hughes. We got 3 games going on today.
Stepdaddy.
76ers at Raptors, Suns at Pelicans, Mavs at Jazz. Philly leads 3-2. Mike, you think Philly gets the win?
In Toronto?
It's in Toronto.
No, I don't.
Frankie.
Yo.
Toronto or Philly? Who you got?
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I said that the series wouldn't end in Toronto, and I'm gonna keep that going. I feel like Toronto's gonna win, and I wanted Philly to win this series, but if Toronto wins tonight, bro, I'm gonna have to switch gears and go with Toronto.
No, I think Philly wins the series. I
don't think so. And if they lose, I swear, if they lose this series, Doc Rivers, bro, you better keep your head down, never look up again.
Jay.
Man. Hey, I think if Harden steps up and actually, does what Harden is supposed to do, Philly wins. But if he doesn't step up, then Toronto's taking it. So it really just depends on what Harden decides to do.
Okay, so who's winning? Philly or
I'm going Toronto. But just because I don't believe in Harden in the playoffs, I'm going Toronto.
Pride, tag me in. I got one comment. Hey, boom. Hey, you know James Harden walks up the stairs backwards just because he's afraid to step up?
Yeah.
Well,
he's still technically stepping up, even if he's walking backwards, Mike.
No, not in his mind. Not in his mind. It helps him sleep at night. Man.
Oh my Lord! Look, so I thought Philly was gonna win this easily. I'm gonna go with the Sixers. I'm gonna go with the Sixers. I'm going with them. I will say this though. If the Raptors win Game 6, they win the series.
Yeah,
I'm 100% convinced that if the Raptors win, they're winning Game 7. But
in Philly,
they already won in Philly.
They did. Yeah, Game 7, Philly grows deep. Their fan base. I'll give them that.
Yeah. And that's why, because it's gonna go deep for you know who.
Yeah, who's this? I heard it.
Robert! Hey, yo, 4-1, boy. What's cracking?
Hey, look. So I did my podcast last night, right?
Oh, yeah.
Saw it.
The first play of the game, Giannis gets a tip dunk. I said I was going to prepare this eulogy for the Chicago Bulls.
Immediately. Rob, question: who you got? Sixers or Raptors?
You don't get an answer.
He said it was so disrespectful he doesn't want to talk about it. Damn. Next game: Suns at Pelicans. Mike, who you got?
Dude, I'm not even gonna lie. What's the series even looking like?
3-2 Suns.
Suns up.
Suns up 3-2. I think they finish it out.
And then
Jay,
New
you agree?
Orleans. They're New Orleans.
I got
right?
the Suns as well.
Yes, it's in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Frankie, you agree with him?
Oh man, I mean, I don't know. This series is like an up down. Like you never know how it's gonna look. Like the Phoenix Suns can.
Hey, it's over with.
The Phoenix Suns, they can look like they're gonna do something and end it, but then the Pelicans just somehow surprisingly show us like this series ain't over. So like it can go both ways. But to be honest, I feel like this series is over tonight. I'm gonna go with Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said whoever wins, whoever won Game 5, I thought that they were gonna end up winning the series.
Right.
So Suns won. So I'm gonna go with Suns wrapping it up today.
Yeah.
Rumor has it
Paul's
D Book is.
show up.
Yeah. Rumor has it D Book gonna play. That's a rumor. Whether or not it happens, who knows? But even without D Book,
I think
I got
Cam Johnson can hold it down regardless.
who gives a shit? Rob, who you got?
I heard Klay Thompson tore his ACL at practice today.
Good. Rob, who you got?
I'm going with the Phoenix Suns.
All right, good. You go with the Phoenix Suns.
I think Chris Paul.
Say you going with Suns. Oh yeah, Sixers Raptors. Who you got?
I'm going Raptors.
Okay. I'm the only one here who says 76ers.
I'm going Raptors, man. I actually
I'm
did a
saying
whole
that-
little.
I'm saying that with like the least amount of confidence possible, bro.
I feel like unrelated, but when you die and you go to heaven and you go to the front desk, it's just Rob Scott. That's what the room he's in always looks like.
See, I wouldn't know nothing about that.
He's in a white polo. It's all the
Your
way
boy burning.
buttoned up. My man, you go to the pearly gates. Rob Scott's like, "Welcome, my brother."
Welcome, my son. Hello, my child.
See, I wouldn't know nothing about that, Mike. I came out my mom's womb white, and where I am, that's determined to what I am right now. So
You are pretty light skinned though, honestly. You're fairly light skinned. You probably still got to use, some copper tone when you go outside.
I actually don't. So do me a favor, lick my chochies. Thank you very much. Okay.
He came out white, and he also
Because I never shower.
Give me 30 seconds, Pride. Give me 30 seconds, Pride.
No, you're not cursing. You're not cursing, Michael. Because I know
you said a bad. Bye.
what I say. Hold on, what I say.
You said chode cheese.
Toe cheese.
Oh, you said chode.
Toe. Okay, like your feet, your toes.
Oh, I thought you said chode.
Cheese.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Like
sorry.
cheese.
I was like, what chode cheese?
Oh, just for that? Come on. Yeah, Rob, I'm institution. I'm running this thing like a dictatorship. You curse one time, you take a 30-second timeout. Or 10-second timeout. Yeah, I'm teeing dudes. Matter of fact, I got something for y'all. Please hold.
All right, so while he's gone, let's just go ahead and curse everyone. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. He can't take none of us out. But Jay.
Hey, listen. Hey, what if you had Tourette's? You could never go to broadcasting if you had Tourette's. It would never work that way.
I'm not gonna touch that conversation, Jay.
Wait, Jay, what'd he say?
Don't ask him. Don't ask him.
Jay, what'd you say?
No, I just said you could never work at the broadcasting if you had Tourette's, man. That's gotta be like the worst thing ever. And they can't. How can they discriminate you? I mean,
Take me off, Brian.
I mean, listen, Jay could touch on it because he talks like he has it. So the last
I do, man. Damn.
Take me off.
Hey, I know I probably missed most of the show, but I mean, I'm excited about this Memphis versus Golden State matchup. Possible.
Big
I
job,
know
baby.
the series is not over yet, but I got Dub Nation, and then with Chris,
Hey, it's gonna be nice
coming
to
out.
Steven Adams have the balls to play again.
Well, we're gonna talk about Chris Middleton in a minute. So
Okay.
So I promise you, we're gonna talk about him. So I want you
that
to hold on
sucks.
to your thought. So I don't give a shit.
Hey,
Yeah, Pride
They might as well just
woke
put on
up.
his
Pride
face
woke up
scoring,
with like
but-
You're
things
welcome.
on his back.
Come
Like,
Come on, Pride. You're welcome, big dog.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Handle business.
Hey, Pride,
business.
you gotta put yourself in timeout because you said the S word.
I did. All right, bet. So while I'm in timeout,
whistle
Jay,
you got.
I'm gonna start with you. Okay. Jay, I'm gonna start with you. Mavericks Jazz, who you got?
Mavericks.
That's all you were gonna say is a one.
Mike, who you got, Mike? Mavericks, Jazz. Who you got?
Big Mavs, baby. Luka Magic. All the
Luka.
way.
All right, Rob.
Do we even have to ask? It's definitely not the Jazz.
Come on, big killers. Big killers. Big Luke.
But you know what though? Donovan Mitchell's not healthy. He was pulling on that hamstring at the end of the game.
That's
He was
true.
holding
Hey,
on to it.
hey. You know that ain't no joke, that hamstring. It's no joke, man.
We see
Frankie, who you got?
I went with the Jazz last time, and those notes didn't, hit real high. So I'm gonna have to go with Luka and the Mavs, baby.
It's blasphemous to me that everybody and their mama on the Bulls can be hurt, and Jay McLovin will be like, they got to be better. And then Donovan Mitchell's hammy hurts, and it's like, oh no, that's a serious thing. We gotta be real about that. That's a serious problem.
Hey, but nobody expects the Jazz to do anything, though. You kind of expected Chicago to do something.
If Pride had every single player on the Chicago Bulls roster line up on the line and say and hit every single one of them in the kneecap with an aluminum bat, you'd be like, man, they better be ready by Wednesday, bro. They better be ready by Wednesday. But Donovan Mitchell wakes up and the water's too warm, and now he has a head cold. Man, we gotta understand the situation. That's
where's the thermometer?
Whoever says that about the thermometer, you're so immature. I can't believe I'm saying this.
You better not pick the Jazz.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Don't do it.
I don't know why.
Oh!
I have Mike telling me not to. Rob is telling me not to. Frankie's about to throw his phone. Jay can't even look at me anymore.
Jeezy, don't do it.
I don't know what I'm doing with my life right now.
You're about to pick the Mavs. Stop playing.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Stop playing.
Don't do it. The validity
if you pick the Jazz, bro, I swear to
Pride.
God, I'm gonna order a
Pride.
phone, drive to your house, and just throw it at your front door, bro, as hard as I can.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm gonna contradict everything I was saying.
Look, your son's already crying because he already knows what you're about to say.
He already knows, but
you better pull all the sides.
Frank's son is saying, "Don't do it, Dad! Don't do it!"
Cry me softly, brother. I think the Utah Jazz are gonna somehow pull it away. I can't believe I'm saying this.
All right, you guys, it's been real.
I'm being serious. Like,
I hope your wife buzz cuts your hair tonight when you're sleeping.
Wow, way to make it personal, Freddie. Frankie. I'm not showing that. I'm not showing that. No, I'm not showing that. No. Matter of fact, time out. Because you know what you did. Time out. You know what you did.
Yeah.
No! Jeez. All right. Now that you're back. Look, and I'm going to tell you why. Right? I genuinely believe, I really do believe. Now, the reason I'm picking them is because I want.
You just want to be different, bro.
No. I'm doing this from a narrative point. I want Donovan Mitchell to leave. I think game 6, after his whole hamstring thing, he's going to have a hell of a game. I think tonight he hoops. He does his thing. I think game 7, everyone and their mom forgets they had a game outside of Donovan Mitchell. Imagine losing in 7 when you played half the series without Luka Doncic.
So hear me out.
Go ahead.
So you put Donovan Mitchell, and you put him on the Dallas Mavericks. You trade Brunson and a bunch of picks. You got Luka and Donovan. Then you trade Rudy to the Bulls for picks and Vooch because you don't want either of those contracts. The Bulls got Rudy. We're chilling. They get Donovan Mitchell. They get Zach LaVine. It's kind of a nice place. If Utah can get Zach LaVine out of it, it's why not?
It's something. It really is something. You know what I mean? Plus, them being play for DeAndre Ayton. You got a new 1-2, a center who showed you. Like, at this point, bro, my guy, DeAndre Ayton has a mid-ranger, bro.
He does.
And it's crazy because he doesn't really use it that much. Well, I can't really say use it that much, but not as much as he should.
DeAndre Ayton kind of reminds me of that old school center.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, gives me like Karl Malone vibes.
Honestly, I think the Jazz wins. Not even the Jazz. Let me just clarify. I think Donovan Mitchell wins game 6. I really do.
With the hammy?
I want to talk with Robert.
He has a hamstring injury.
Oh,
which what I'm saying. He got a hammy. He pulled the hammy, huh? He pulled the hammy. It's crazy.
Oh,
It's crazy.
no.
Meanwhile,
Pull out the violin.
Get out the temperature thermometer.
Nah, bro. I'm not even doing this, bro. It don't matter, bro. It don't matter.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Listen, bro. Bad hammy, cheese, moon over my hammy from Denny's don't matter. Donovan Mitchell gonna hoop. He gonna do his thing. He chilling. He vibing. They gonna lose in Game 6, and immediately he's gonna leave.
Pride can just turn in from Pride to Montez.
He still got some years in his contract, right?
He gonna demand a trade though.
$172 million.
He gonna demand a trade. Nowadays, 172. That's chump change.
Yeah.
Jokic is gonna do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna be like, I want out.
I think Jokic gonna sign in quick, fast, and in a hurry. And 2 years, he'll be like, "Fuck Denver." I never.
Yeah, no lie. I did say that. I was like, he's probably gonna play one more year with.
Man, Dallas gonna win. Yeah.
You said Dallas gonna win the series. You said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when Pride does it.
Jay, do it, Jay. Try it, Jay. Try it out. Let me see.
Yeah.
Jay sounded like he was being touched in the wrong.
No implications. Rob, you're taking a timeout. Sabbatical.
That's bullshit. He didn't even
say that, Jay McLovin.
I didn't say it. Oh man, that's bullshit, bro.
And then there were two, Mike. Play with me.
I don't want to be here. Hey, fuck you.
Whistle. Gotta tech him up. Oh my days. At this point, I can only let Rob in here.
Oh my God.
Frankie.
This is hilarious.
Mike and Jay McLovin, are you guys ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right, let's try this again, gentlemen.
Principal's office after
Let's try this again, gentlemen.
Jay McLovin's Golden City.
Jay was hilarious. He was like, yeah.
We all going down today. They shouldn't have brought me back, bro. They shouldn't have brought me back.
Ladies and gentlemen, obviously, let's get the show back under control. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
Hey, you want to know what I just learned how to do? I learned how to kick that out. Nope.
Before we continue to talk about basketball, I just want to say, I just want to say to the Dallas Cowboy, man, I just want to say to the two Bear fans, and I just want to say to my fellow Patriot brother, happy draft day, guys.
Happy draft day.
Hey, draft day don't mean nothing to me, though.
Oh, that's today.
Not today. Tomorrow.
You don't got a first. Oh, you don't got a first round pick.
No.
How are you?
Who cares?
Hey, Rob Scott. Hey, is she decent?
And you just can't use a power tool. You have to use a hammer or a screwdriver.
Yo, is that red? Is that redhead in the background, bro?
Oh yeah, the one that was all grabbing on Rob. Oh yeah.
Hey. I don't want to go on timeout.
I do. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.
Jesus Christ.
I'm having a day. They gonna fire me.
Jesus Christ.
Me and
So since you did mention draft day, I wanna play a little game with you. Did I ask you guys about my thoughts on taking a quarterback in the first round?
I think Pittsburgh does.
No. Did I tell you how I feel about that?
That it would be dumb to take a 1 in the first round?
I said that if I own a team and my GM takes a quarterback in the first round this year with what they got,
You're quitting.
I believe they deserve to get fired.
Yeah.
This is
I agree.
This is
It's too high.
Okay. Nah, because I for some reason I've been scrolling through Twitter and they're like, who's gonna win the Malik Willis sweepstakes? And I'm like, dog, if that's your sweepstakes, God bless him.
Yeah,
I feel like we'll see a quarterback get drafted by like the third round probably. Because to me, I feel like this is more of a defensive draft class year. Last year was the quarterback year. This year is like more of a defensive draft class.
You know what though? But for some reason, I have a feeling. I just have a feeling that I have a feeling that Pittsburgh's gonna take that plunge and go after Malik. I don't think they should.
They got Mitchell Trubisky.
Man, yeah.
What the hell? Yeah, what the hell?
But you guys got to understand, Mitchell Trubisky's rep here is not good.
Hey, you got the Nickelodeon MVP.
So it's not
but
good.
I think you put next go in the first round. Hell no. It's too high. It's too high for this draft class.
Unfortunately, someone's going to reach.
They will. They will. They absolutely reach.
Would you say now? Let's. This is a hypothetical. If one of these quarterbacks in this year's draft ends up being, let's say, a top 10 quarterback of all time, would you say this was the biggest misreading of quarterback class ever?
No, because
wouldn't they all turn out to be top 10 quarterbacks?
But if they turn out if they do, it's going to be a long process that it's not going to be worth doing.
Right.
I don't know though, Brian. Let me say this one thing. Brady went 6 rounds and look what he did.
Who cares?
I'm not saying they're going to be Brady. I'm not saying they're going to be Brady.
He sat next to Bill Belichick, who was the smartest guy, and he
No, I get that. Yeah, I get that.
No, you don't, because
no, I do. I understand that. I understand, but I'm just saying it's not impossible for it to happen.
I believe these types of conversations are too hard for people. I really do. I really do think it's too hard for people.
He also learned from Drew Bledsoe as well, so you can't
exactly. So it's like you had some. Look, I'm gonna put it to you this way, bro. This is a very hard conversation for people to have because at the end of the day, what people do, they go and they reach for guys like Tom Brady and say, "Oh, look what happened." But that's not the reality. The reality of the situation when you're not ready, you're Josh Rosen, you're Paxton Lynch. That is who you are when you can't hack it. You're Geno Smith. That's who you are.
Mine was more so like
this BS talking about, "Oh my God, well, we had other guys." No, those are the anomalies.
Yeah, mine was more so. Mine was more so like
they're not good. They're not good
Dak
right now.
Prescott. If you could get a Dak Prescott out of this, it's kind of like
you're not going to.
I don't know. I think.
And if Dak Prescott is your ceiling, you're screwed. You're screwed. If you're hoping you're drafting a kid so he could be Dak Prescott, good luck.
Yeah, I feel it's like a Johnny Manziel QB type. If anybody gets drafted this year.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, this draft is nothing but Zach Wilson's and maybe one Trey Lance. Every last one of them are nothing but projects. Period. They're all projects. I'm not.
I agree. I'm not saying they're not. I'm not saying they're not either. By the way, I'm not saying they're going to be great. I'm just saying that you can find a diamond in the rough in those later rounds. I'm not saying they're going to be starters right away, but you can hit a diamond in the rough.
But the thing is, unfortunately, when you find a diamond in the rough, usually there's something there. There's usually something there. What is Malik Willis's best? What is his best thing? Like the thing he's best at?
Well, he's athletic, but I don't think he's best at anything.
No. When they say when they go and tell you, bro, Malik Willis, he a problem. He's phenomenal.
I think you would say Malik is a very athletic individual, but it's kind of like the Lamar Jackson thing where at the quarterback position at this time, he's not really good at anything. He's just very athletic.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm not saying he can't be good, but like Lamar,
the thing is when you draft,
it took a 4 good years before we could have a conversation about Lamar playing quarterback.
Like, and here's my thing: like people, how they become later down the road. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'm talking about right here, right now. Before you
That's
say,
what,
but
right,
it's
I think that's where the misconception was with what I was saying. I was saying, all right, so let's say it's 10 years later, and 3 of these quarterbacks are top 5 quarterbacks in the league and top 10 quarterbacks all time. You would look back and look at their draft synopsis and be like, damn, everybody was wrong.
But that does no. That's not what that means.
That's what no, but you know where
what
I'm
it means is that they went to a situation like the Rams, which is what I've been saying. The only teams that should get a quarterback is a team like the Rams, like the Buccaneers, where you can waste their rookie contract and you can just have them sit behind somebody who can help them learn the offense. That's it. You go put
champion,
bro. Like think about it, bro. Malik Willis is just another Geno Smith,
right?
That's what we did with Jimmy G.
Yeah, and no one's ready for that conversation. The Patriots did the same thing with Jimmy G. We drafted him, and we were willing to waste his entire rookie contract so we could say, same thing with Jarrett Stidham. We did the same thing with him. Same exact thing.
And you did the same thing with
Jacoby Brissett. We did the same exact thing. So
we did the same thing with Brian Hoyer, too.
Brian Hoyer, same thing.
Castle.
Well, kind of, because Brian Hoyer is different because he kind of was just Tom's best friend. Like, I think. But for me, it's like I look at this like, they're like, no, like there's no quarterback here that makes me go, you got to get him. You got to get no, at all. As a matter of fact, it's a contradiction to get yourself a quarterback because the route to make him even good enough to even step on the field for practice, dude.
No, but let me ask you this. When Brady got drafted, were you saying the same thing about Brady? That you thought the same way about him?
No.
Before Belichick got a hold of him and things like that.
Before all that, no. But I'm not even going to bring up what he is now. No. Do you want to know why? Let me know when he got picked. Thank you for coming to my text.
No, I get it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I get it.
So it doesn't matter what you thought about him. When you're a guy who's later down the road, same thing with Dak Prescott. Who cares? It's the same thing with him because the expectations are low because he was drafted in the 4th round.
Oh, right. Wait, I have a serious question, and I'm so dead ass. Do you think that
hold on, Mike? Hold on, Mike. You said the A word. Time out. I'm on it right now, boy. I'm on it right now.
Hey, where's your whistle?
I put my what's the time? All right. If I could put myself a timeout, I could put everybody else a timeout. All right, Mike. I apologize.
I know. I hear you, but I was so serious. Do you think Dwayne Haskins' death is going to have any impact on when they take a quarterback?
What do you mean?
Like now that the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have Dwayne Haskins, they're kind of in a position to where you don't know what you have in Mitchell Trubisky because it's not the answer. But
you know what you got in Rudolph.
Right. So it's like you do need to take a chance on someone like Malik. Would you take it in the 1st round now that you know Dwayne Haskins' experiment is over, unfortunately? It's far more than just the experiment, just his life. But, now that you just have Mitchell Trubisky and Mason Rudolph, 2 of the worst white boys in the league, aside from Drew Lock, and Josh Rosen. Oh, don't forget Joshy. Josh is the worst white boy ever to exist in the world. But
by the way, I'm laughing at I'm laughing a combination at his comments, and I'm watching something on Twitter of JD Martinez jogging home. And it is by far the funniest. This dude is such an awkward jogger. So I'm not laughing at Dwayne Haskins' death or anything like that. It's just like
no, he's laughing at his death.
Poor timing.
Cancel pride.
Go ahead.
But no, yeah.
The Steelers, they won't pick again until 20 in the 2nd round. So I don't know. I don't know if Malik would be there.
You think Malik would be there?
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. So either you're gonna take him in the 1st, which would probably be your best opportunity if you're gonna try to get him.
I think you would have to just bite that bullet.
Or you try to trade up in the 2nd round if you think you can get him in the 2nd.
Right. Because it's one of those things. I feel like they're just such a complete team. And really all they just needed was a couple more offensive linemen to really get them going in a quarterback. And I love Mitch. Y'all know I got love for Mitch. That's my twin. We the same. But just like being twins, I suck at football and so does he. And that's the biggest problem right now is like, in high school, you're a dog. In college, you're all right. And then it's like you come to the NFL and you can't read a defense. And I'd rather know that I had Malik for my future than go to one of these other guys. Because if it's not Malik, it's not worth it.
Or you just get the best available and you just wait until next year's draft class. and then you get one next year.
But here's the problem with that.
And here's the thing: like, if I'm Pittsburgh, I wouldn't want to touch him because eventually, I would rather run my chances with Mitchell Trubisky, Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah, you can even make a trade. You can even pick up Baker.
I wouldn't even trade him out because you know they're gonna release him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can pick him up free agency and get him dirt cheap.
Deal. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him on a cheap deal, and then boom. And then next thing
that would be a better option, Mike.
Yeah, bro. Like you do that, boom, and you move on, and then that way you got either next year.
I don't know though. I don't know.
I'm taking if I'm the Steelers, I'm taking best available, and then I'm going to take my chances that, like you said, he gets released and pick him up. And if he doesn't, that's okay because I will save my picks and I'll fight another battle next year. But I don't think I'm going to waste a good first round pick on a guy who could be a possible or not possible. I don't really truly believe in. That's a valuable pick to give up for that.
Right, but I just feel like when you have such a complete team, it's one of those situations to where why not? Like why waste?
But you're not complete unless you got the right field general at the helm.
Is Pittsburgh really complete though?
I think they are.
No, they're not.
I think they're very close.
No,
I think this may be Mike Tomlin's first loss.
I think they have a good running back. They have a good defense. They have a pretty decent O-line. But the wide receivers is kind of weak.
Let's not pretend, though. Johnson and Claypool are solid. They have two great tight ends. They revamped that offensive line. They spent real money on that offensive line. Najee Harris in year 2, I'm excited about. And
Deontay Johnson is solid. Chase Claypool, God knows what you have with him. Because in one game, this dude will be phenomenal. And then the next game, he forgot he plays football because he's too busy making TikToks. 100%. So I don't want to hear nothing about Chase Claypool because, like, the production you get from him, you don't know what you're going to get with him. The dude gets shut down for 2 plays in a row, and he's throwing a hissy fit because football is hard. So I don't want to hear nothing from him. I don't want to hear nothing from him. So don't tell me that they're both solid. Deontay Johnson, I think you probably need like one more year before he really hits his stride.
Right. I think he's going to be a top 10 wide receiver for sure.
I think you can have that conversation because I'm liking some of the stuff he does. He's got nice speed. He could run routes, solid hands. He's like getting physical. So like he's got the makings to be there. Now, if he can get all of it and incorporate it later down the road, we'll see what happens. But you said about that offensive line, they said they have 2 great tight ends. I think they got two solid tight ends. Offensively, though, that still ain't, excuse my friend. No, I'm not even going to curse. That ain't it, brother.
No, but that's what I mean, though, is like, you have to think about it. Is that a situation for Baker to succeed? Baker had a top 3 offensive line.
No, but I'm going to tell you why. But I'm going to tell you why Baker. Because you're getting Baker only for a couple years. You're going to give him a cheap deal, and he's the bridge guy. So next year or the year after that, you plunge into the quarterback pool in the draft and then get somebody.
Here's what I want to know, like where you're coming from with it. So Mitch is that bridge guy right now. Well, technically Ben was the first bridge guy because Ben was.
Yeah, but who's a better bridge? Who's better have the bridge? Trubisky or
what I'm saying is you're going to have to wait a while. You're going to have to wait a while for them to actually release Baker because the Browns are stupid, and that's just the situation.
Yeah, they're holding on to Baker so that way if Deshaun Watson gets released, you still have a viable backup in there.
Right.
That way, when he goes, then they're gonna end up cutting him.
Right. Yeah. So my thing is like you would have 3 bridges. You would have Big Ben towards his last, whatever. Then you would have Mitchell Trubisky. Then you still have, Mason Rudolph, and then Baker Mayfield. And it's like you've had 4 bridges, and then for what? Like you need a solid quarterback.
Go get a guy like Bryce Young,
but
Desmond Ritter. Like
that's
why.
The problem is though that defense, and this is where I'm coming from with it. I've been with it with the Bears.
But you're coming at it from the wrong side, though.
But I'm telling you, that Bears defense was so good that we can't get a top quarterback. You have to be in that margin of you're picking from 10 to 25. And Bryce Young's going number 1 overall. So it's either you're tanking or you're not. And you can't be in that middle range because then you're going to end up with a decent quarterback, but not a great one.
But again, I get where you're coming from. But again, like,
that defense wins you games, though, right?
To an extent,
That's the problem, to an extent, is like, if you want Bryce Young, dude, you better sit JJ or TJ the entire season. You better sit these cats for the entire season because they're going to win.
But my thing is, it's not just Bryce Young too. It's Desmond Ritter. There's still plenty of hyper on Spencer Rattler. Dude has 1 more year. They're gonna shoot him up because remember when he was benched, people were still projecting this dude to go top 10.
Yeah, dude.
When he was benched, so Dude, he has just two, three, four, maybe 4 solid games, and his stock is going right back up. So it's a situation where, like, yeah, sure, if you don't get Bryce Young, sure. But the next year and the year after that, you're still going to have better quarterbacks than what you have now.
Right.
Way better. Malik Willis still struggles, like, in terms of being able to read the defense. Defense, he's horrible at it. Right. Horrible. If he can't even crack at the college level, how do you expect him to be able to take that step and crack it at the NFL level?
Right.
His arm is way too sporadic. I don't like his arm at all. At all. Don't tell me this dude is accurate, because every time you gotta have him throw the deep, there's even these little short dinks and dunks that he be missing horribly.
Don't get me wrong though, he's got a cannon, but what's a cannon if you got no aim?
What is it when you can't connect?
Right. It's like, oh man, check out my gun. Can you shoot?
Right. It's like, oh yeah, here's my gun. Shoot that target. You shot grandma who's like 50 yards away from it. Like, bro, no. Like I don't care if you have a cannon. If you can't control it, it means absolutely positively nothing. And by the way, someone says, I mean, look at the competition he played against. Again, you're now reevaluating my point. Because if the guy can't hack the competition he's against, how do you expect him to play against better competition and do better?
Right.
So again, it's like he has, like, I have no faith in absolutely anybody. Don't even get me started with Kenny Pickett. Nobody knew the kid was a quarterback, knew he was a player. No one knew he was existed until the fake slide. And then for a week and a half after that, we were talking about how great he was. We were talking about his composure, his size, his hands. We were talking about none of that. We were talking about how long is it going to take for them to ban the fake slide. Then they banned it, and then there was another couple days that they talked about, yep, this is a great move for that. Then they forgot about him, and they were like, oh, wait, the draft is coming? What quarterback have we been talking about? Oh, yeah, the fake slide kid. I don't want to hear anything about it. When those are your two best quarterbacks, in terms of the draft for this specific year, you're messed up. And by the way, he goes, he's more like Lamar. He's very aggressive and a strong arm.
That's what I said. He's like Lamar. But except
and
Lamar,
he is. But here's my problem with
Lamar exceeded in college, bro.
That's the difference. Like, when Lamar was in college, it was like,
he's
bro,
a tradesman pretty much.
Like, you don't need college anymore. It's time for you to take that step up.
Right.
That's what it was.
And Malik is kind of like, you're just entering the draft because you want to, not
exactly. You're doing it because you want to, and you have a nice smile, so someone's gonna pick you up. Same thing with Josh Rosen.
Hey, you know Julian Edelman, or not Julian Newman.
Who?
Exactly. He's entering the draft. Nah, dude, not because you're supposed to enter the draft, just because you can. You know what I mean? He's not good enough for the NBA draft.
No, you're not good enough.
Your sister's better. And it's like, that's the reality of the situation. But just because you can enter the draft doesn't mean you should enter the draft.
Right.
Trevor Lawrence has been ready for the draft for 3 years since he won in 2018. Guess what? He still finished out all 3 years. Some guys just want that bag because they know if they play 3 more years of college ball, they're not going to make it to the NFL.
Right. And by the way, because you said Pickett got good ball placement, but you know what else you want to know what he's also bad at? His awareness. His awareness. Because how many times did he stay in the pocket too long and then run into a sack? That is one of the worst things you can do. By the way, hold on. Hold up. That's not true. He played well enough to get stuff on tape. He's really talented. Remember, it takes 3 years for a quarterback to develop. What's not true? What's not true? I need to explain what is not true.
At this point, it really don't matter what quarterback gets drafted. They're not playing.
They're not
good
enough.
Don't matter.
So it's like, why would you waste a first-round pick? Like, think about it. Like, we need to think about that and have consistency, because this is how weird people are. We're starting to kill the 49ers now for drafting Trey Lance in the first round and benching him. We killed the Green Bay Packers for moving up, getting Jordan Love,
and never
re-sign Aaron Rodgers.
And to piss Aaron Rodgers off, too. He pissed him off, and he didn't even play him.
Jordan Love,
you really hurt your team twice.
No. You said preseason don't count, Frankie.
He said, let me draft Jordan Love.
Yeah. He played like 2 games
quarterback and then never play him.
2 games. He played like 2
I love
games.
Green Bay. Green Bay's front office are my favorite people.
Yeah.
Mike Love it.
Yeah. You could have got a wideout. You could have got anything, and you drafted Jordan Love that you never played, and you pissed off your starting quarterback.
Hey, when you draft Jordan Love just to pay Aaron Rodgers,
no, because he was good on tape, and a team will fall in love with his intangibles. What intangibles does he have, though?
Sliding.
Like, who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
I think he's talking about Pittman.
So you're talking about Kenny Pickett?
Pickett, not Pittman.
Like, hold on. Like, what intangibles does Kenny Pickett have? Because the intangible that you should have in college, a feel for the pocket, dude doesn't have it. Period.
Nope.
So that's one issue. You want to talk about, oh, yeah, he's got a nice touch. Meanwhile, every time he throws the ball past 20 yards, it's a helicopter. Okay, so he says, crazy athleticism, strong arm. Okay, good. Listen, I understand the athleticism. I get it. And yes, he's got a strong arm. But like me and Mike said.
He's talking about Willis.
Yeah, he clarified it right here. But here's the problem. I don't care how strong of an arm you have if you can't control it.
Or locate it.
If I throw a ball 300 yards, if I throw it 300 yards, that's a great arm, right?
But 4 feet too far to the left.
Yeah.
Oh, Frank, you think it's funny? I'm running this thing like a shit, bro. I'm a dictator. Mike and Frankie, are you guys ready? Frankie's ready. Okay. Let's try this again, gentlemen. Imagine scrolling up for that, and you had to scroll a good way. Hold on.
Yeah, I know, right?
Look at all this.
I did that like almost an hour ago.
You know what happened? I was looking for mine, and I found Frankie's first.
Wait.
So you stumbled into Frankie?
I found Frankie's.
Jay, don't you do it, Jay.
I never saw Frankie's before, so I was looking for mine, and then I saw Frankie's, and I died.
My nipples are hard.
That's a treat. I said that was a treat. That was a treat.
I got another treat for you.
Anyway, yeah, I feel like the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to mess up tonight and not draft Aiden Hutchinson. I feel like he's going to go to the Detroit Lions.
Here's my thing: if they don't want Aiden Hutchinson, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
if you get what's that? Evan Neal, the offensive lineman. If you get him, I'll keep my mouth. I won't get mad.
And that's funny because they did mention that they want to go offensive line because they want to protect Trevor Lawrence for
and I'm good with that. Yes, and I'm okay with that. If it's not Aiden Hutchinson and you want to get Evan Neal because that's what fits your needs more, I'm good with that.
Aiden actually want, and this is funny because I never hear a player say I want to go play for Detroit. He actually said he wants to play for Detroit because he's from Detroit. He wants to play for a hometown team.
Evan Neal's not going to make it to the Seahawks. I don't know what that guy's smoking. He ain't making it that far down.
Evan Neal,
to go before the draft and say, yo, I want to play for Detroit, like that puts so much, like, if Detroit gets him, they already know that's their franchise defensive player, even though they already got a franchise defensive player last year, I think. Or, no, they got the offensive dudes.
I don't get why Seattle. Hey, y'all, let me know where I'm out of pocket.
Hold on, real quick. Let me just do two things. First of all, Jado, I need to explain. You really think Evan Neal's gonna fall to 9? I don't think
it's gonna happen.
No,
it ain't gonna happen.
He's top 5.
Think about it though. Penei Sewell dropped pretty far.
Because listen, the Jaguars need an offensive lineman. I think Detroit could use one. Texas definitely
could use two.
The Nets could use one. The Giants could use one, and then the Panthers could use one. So, like the first 6 picks, are you kind of desperately need linemen.
Offensive line needed.
Pride. If we're gonna be real about it, though, for me, as someone who would draft a team, if you're off rip, kind of the same way that Seattle is right now, you have no running game, you have no quarterback. So I don't see why you would even take Neal, even if he was available. You kind of want to start that running game or get something going and then build upon your offensive line. Because if you're trading DK and Lockett too at some point this season, it's like, why would I draft an offensive lineman? By the time I have everything set up, now I have to pay this offensive lineman top dollar. I would draft him 2 years from now, if anything.
I've never been so much proud to like get ready to see how bad Seattle's gonna be. Like I've been like I'm so ecstatic. Like
real quick, Yuki says, "How the hell are we getting destroyed because we're not starting Trey Lance?" Simple. 3rd overall pick, and you have a quarterback who not only is average at best, but you guys have been trying to get rid of for 2 years.
Not only that, y'all losing Debo Samuels also.
Hey, but I gotta mention that too, though. Debo had one good year, and now he's acting like he's the shit. I think he needs to relax.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
Pride, here we go, Pride. Here we go. Pride was praising Debo the
Bro,
other day.
no,
Here we
because
go.
no, and that's what bothers me because when people say that, that just lets me know, Mike, I love you, bro, but do better. Do better.
No, I feel you, but it's like,
no, you don't. No, you don't.
he had 800 yards his rookie year.
No, you don't.
That's cool.
His rookie year had 800 yards. His second year, he struggled. Why? Because he got hurt.
Right.
Not because he's a bum.
I didn't say he was a bum.
No. I'm not done yet. He was projected to make over 1,000 yards. Then his third year, they make him everything that the offense is. And we got people like you talking about, oh, it was 1 year. I'm glad. I'm glad
not saying.
No, Mike, stay over there. Stay over there.
But that, Pride, I'm just trying to tell you.
And it's crazy. Frankie, this is the same dude who said Debo was better than Tyreek Hill. Now all of a sudden,
he is better than Tyreek Hill.
That's crazy. That's but you're bum.
What I'm saying is,
Debo deserved all that bread.
You haven't been here that long to be like, yo, F this. I don't want to be here. Like, what have you done? Like, relax, bro. Like,
what has he done? Literally carried them through the regular season and into the playoffs.
Just wait for your contract, bro. Just wait.
I don't like the fact that people keep saying that he wants to.
Why would you wait for your contract when literally they are running you to the ground already? You're in a situation where I'm not going to get anything because I'm going to be so beat down and worn out that I'm not going to be able to have anything. And he 100% said, I only want to focus on being a receiver. They go, okay, and they still make him a wide back. Why? Because they have nothing outside of him, which is a shame that they're overusing Debo like that because you got a guy in George Kittle you can rely on, but guess what? In order to rely on him, what does that mean? You need something called a quarterback.
Right.
So
that's why I hate when people be like, no, Yuki, I'm not saying I hate you, but like when people mention, oh, it's about money. It's not about money for Debo, and Debo already said that. His agent already said that. It's about him playing every position. He don't want to play every position.
He just wants to be a traditional wideout.
Yeah, he shouldn't have to play every position because he alone carried that team to the playoffs and beat.
But let me ask you this: how well do you think he's going to be as a traditional wideout? I mean, obviously, I think he'll be successful, but how successful do you think he'll be?
Phenomenally successful. Because think about it, because he could run routes. He's got great hands. Not only he's got great speed, and on top of that, he can easily jump with anybody.
Yeah, right. I thought he was a top 25 wide receiver when he was a rookie. And I think he's just slowly became a top 10 wide receiver for me. But the problem, Pride, the only place I'm coming at it with is I didn't know, his big thing right now is he's not talking about the money. Everything.
No, it's all about usage. He does not want to be used away. And that's the thing. They were talking about if he goes to Kansas City, they're going to try to use him like the 49ers, and he's still going to be pissed off that he's not being used the way he wants to be used. And let's be honest, if they continue to use him like as a gadget type of guy, I mean, his injury levels are going to go way up. Whether if he's a traditional out,
I heard the Jets
are a lot healthier.
Yeah, the Jets are really interested, and my problem with the Jets, and this is no disrespect.
Yeah, go to the Jets. That'd be a horror. Man, he would never be competitive with the Jets.
Well, you got to think about it. The Jets are in a situation where they didn't hit on Tyreek Hill, so I think they'd give the same amount of draft picks for Debo just to say they.
Of course, they would.
Yeah, just to say they did something.
But God, if you're Debo, do you really want to go to the Jets?
No, he wants to come.
Well, I wouldn't want to go.
Yeah, that'd be like all hell with it. I'm staying with the 49ers.
Because if you go to the Jets, you're basically going to do the same thing you're doing with the 49ers.
Right. I don't know, though, Pride. I don't know, because my thing is, I don't think the Jets are smart enough from an offensive standpoint to know how to use him like that 49ers. I don't think
they're basically just going to cut and paste what he did.
Yeah.
Because you don't got to be smart for that. You just got to play dries.
Right.
People go to the Jets.
But their quarterbacks are so horrible.
Look what's going on with Corey Davis. He was phenomenal with the Tennessee Titans. Then he goes to the Jets, and they don't know how to use him.
Forget that, bro. Le'Veon Bell.
Exactly.
That to me is like the
biggest.
Le'Veon should have never left Pittsburgh.
Hold on. What the hell did he say?
Mekuz, I'm going to say, Just Fields got 2 more years to get up to NFL speed. He needs to hurry up and break those Bear records.
Dude, hey, hold on. Pride.
I think he's joking.
One time. One time.
Yeah, he's got a whole bunch of smiling faces. I don't think he's being serious.
All right, I'll be smooth. Hey, all Trey Lance has to do in the next 2 years is get on the damn field, but that's not my business.
Okay, damn,
that's just my business. I don't know why we do
Trey Lance is not. He's just not good.
Yeah, sorry.
Right now.
Maybe next
you know who is good? Mac
Jones.
Jones.
Oh,
I can't
Michael.
believe- I
Matt,
can't-
hold on. Was it Michael? I think it was Michael. Hold on.
Just call me Michael Blog.
I believe y'all let him fall into our hands like that.
Oh,
We have
McCorkle.
Michael McCorkle.
You got to put
Michael
McCorkle out
Jones.
there. I love that name, McCorkle.
Yep, Michael McCorkle Jones. That's his government.
Michael McCorkle.
Jones.
I like to call him
Michael?
mac and cheese because he
Yep,
got a
Michael
beautiful
Michael?
smile.
Jones.
He got a beautiful smile. So I call him
And
mac
by the way, real
cheese.
quick, someone said, you don't think Trey Lance isn't good? As of right now, he's not.
I think he's good.
He's good. He's warming the bench. He's good.
But
Hey, and he's making all that money.
but here's my thing, and the reason I say that is just simplest reason. He can't be, because if he was, after 2 years of the Niners trying to get rid of Jimmy G, they keep him for what? Like,
He's a
for
former
what?
Patriot quarterback that learned from Tom Brady. That's why.
No, because I asked this question and nobody could answer for me. Ever. No one, like 49ers fans never could answer for me. If
And he
he's
got
good
injured
and
how many
ready,
times?
why aren't you putting him in the starting lineup over a quarterback who is mid at best in Jimmy G, and that same quarterback y'all been wanting to get rid of him for 2 full years?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not even
because if
that,
he was
though.
really good to go, Jimmy G would have already been gone by now.
That's my point. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, hold on.
something's got to be wrong.
Hold on, but let's go on pause though, because the draft do start tonight, and we can see.
And they
major
probably could
surprises
miss
during
Jack
the draft.
Bait.
Exactly. They can be like, going to ESPN like, yeah, we're not gonna draft him. We need Jimmy G. We love him. We're gonna keep him. But then when the draft shows up and they
If
want to go
Trey
higher
Lance-
up,
If Trey Lance was in this year's draft, I still don't think he goes until like 15, 14.
At best.
no, yeah, because this is not a QB draft year. Like, this is a defensive draft year. We're gonna see so many defensive
Right.
players go this year.
I love
Defensive, like a
I
couple
love
wide
defense.
receivers, offensive linemen, like that's like
Yeah.
every position is pretty deep outside.
You're not
quarterback. And by the way,
gonna see many running backs. You're not gonna see many
No.
quarterbacks.
I'll
You're not
break
gonna
it down,
see
though. I'll break
many
it down
wide
like this.
receivers.
If Chris Olave is not in a Chicago Bears uniform with Justin Fields, I'll have an aneurysm. I'll have an aneurysm.
Because I'm
Mike, I think you guys really need to trade up to the first round and grab you a
That's
white
what I'm saying. Get in the first round. I don't care if you have to trade Robert Quinn or whoever.
You guys got to get a little white out to give Justin something to throw to.
So I'm looking at a mock draft.
Darnell Mooney is solid though. Darnell Mooney is solid.
We'll trade you the number. No, we don't. I'm joking. We don't need a running back.
Remember that dude I was talking about, Devin Lloyd. We're projecting out to pick him up. We better.
I think Justin.
Yeah, I do realize this is Joe Burrow's league now.
Yo, do realize Matthew Stafford screwed on his face and he thanked him for it.
I don't know. I don't know about that one, Chief.
I'm not going to give him the league, but he's certainly good. But I'm not giving him the league. That's a little far-fetched.
Look, dude, he can play. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, he can play. There ain't no doubt about that.
Hey, this is his league. Yeah, that's just a fan in you.
Matthew Stafford.
I'm a huge Joe Burrow fan. I love Joe Burrow since LSU. I'm not gonna give him the league.
I hated Joe Burrow.
Mike, you don't have a Chris. You guys don't have a first round pick.
No,
they don't got a first round. They gave it up. Who did you give it to? The Giants?
Yeah.
Bozos.
That's back to back years. You guys switched trades with the Giants.
Well, not, but I'm fine with it. But
right now, based on what I'm looking at, Chris Olave is projected to go 16 to the Saints, which I wouldn't because they don't know how to use wide receivers.
You don't believe me?
Hey, by the way, since we're talking about the draft, don't forget tonight on ASAP and Unscripted at 8 p.m. Eastern is the actual draft coverage with them. And then obviously you see at 7 o'clock is the draft pre-show, which one of the topics we'll be talking about is what trades could possibly happen at the draft. So make sure you tune in and give the comments on who you think will get traded. Again, it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be good.
Which I won't be there. I won't be there. But Jay, I want you to give my thought that I feel Aiden is not going to go number one. I feel like he's going to go number two.
Who cares?
So if you could do that for me, I
got you. Frankie says.
I'm asking Frankie. Who cares?
Who asked?
No, I'm asking him. Who asked?
The city.
No one. Yeah, I'll get him out of here, coach. No one gives a shit about you. As I was saying for also ruling interrupted.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Time out.
Oh, I did curse. Dang it. Okay. So let me ask you the question, then I'll put myself in timeout. Who do y'all think is going to be the first wide receiver coming off the board?
Jay, go first.
Mike's like, I don't even know any wide receivers.
Hey, listen. No, hey, I don't know his name, but it's gonna be that one that's out of that wide receiver out of USC.
Nah, I have it. I like the kid out of Arkansas. I just gotta
It's
find.
gonna be the one out of USC.
Hold on. I got his name, bro. I got his name. That kid from Alabama, is he in the draft? I have his name. Treylon Burks. I love Treylon Burks. I think Treylon Burks is someone special. Holy shit. Rob Scott's here. Ooh.
Time out.
Time out. Put him over there, Prod. Put him over there. Get him out the game.
Hi, Rob Scott. How are you?
Whoa.
Gotta
My
take your
bad.
time out, man. Listen.
No, that was. Oh, he cursed.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Get back in timeout.
How did that,
Hey,
how did that
you'll
happen?
learn.
I felt like, what? I felt
No,
like
no,
it's
because
different
we
than,
clicked
like,
at the
he just-
same time, so I thought I accidentally clicked on Mike because I put myself in. I took a time out.
Hey, listen, Prod. I had to take over your spot.
Nah, it's all good. It's all
And
good.
those are big shoes. I don't like filling them. Stop it.
Bro,
Hey, but
listen,
I like
got small feet.
Treylon Burks. I think Treylon Burks is a really good wide
Okay.
receiver. I'm really excited about him.
And it's funny because Jado, you're saying Wilson, Garrett Wilson, or Drake London. Here, the thing I'm looking at, they said the Jets were gonna take Wilson, and then London goes right after to Washington Commanders. Like I said, Chris Olave looks like, if the projections are true, is going to be the fourth wide receiver coming off the board to the Saints. Right before him, Jameis Williams out of Alabama, he's going, based on the projections, he's going to Philly. So
That'll be nice. That would be nice. That would be nice. I was actually gonna say London or the dude from Alabama that's gonna go first, but
Yeah, Drake London. That's who I had. Drake London, the guy out of USC. That's what
Dude out of Bama tore his ACL though, didn't he?
yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he'll go first then.
no, the best will say he'll be the third receiver at 15.
I definitely got Drake London, the USC guy. I think he goes first.
And here's the thing, and it's a risk with him because he is a burner. Dude got speed.
Yeah.
But again, you are drafting an injured dude, especially with an ACL. Is that going to affect his?
Yeah, an
speed?
ACL is a very significant injury, especially at the wideout spot.
Yeah. So last time I saw, he was making great improvements, but is it going to affect the speed?
What's in it? Oh my God! What was happening? Do you think that would make him slide
Pride,
down to the second round because of that, or do you think he's
Can
still
I say
going
something
to?
real quick?
I
Can I say
don't
something real
know.
quick?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Adam Schefter just tweeted that Houston picked number 3, but Texans also have been exploring a trade block or trade back up to the second top 10 pick per league sources. If it's the right player in there, the Texans are going to try to position themselves to move their second first round pick at number 13 to get them. Don't know who it is.
Interesting. There's going to be some trades, man. It's going to be interesting to see how that all works out. But definitely, the Giants but I think the Giants got like 3 picks in the first round, if I'm not mistaken, right?
So Mike, the Texans are willing to trade away the number 3 pick or the number 13. So Chicago better be dangling up in
What do
there.
you want? What do you want? If it's Justin Fields, no. If it's anybody else, you can have him.
Yeah, they don't want a player because if I'm looking at it, if I'm looking at it correctly, it's the emphasis is if the right player is there.
Yeah, if the right player.
So not only is it who you guys are trading, it's also really a combination of who is left.
Listen, I'll respectfully give you Roquan Smith because here's my thing. Roquan Smith is a hell of a linebacker, and I know I'll give Pride his flowers. Top 5 linebacker, I wouldn't call him that. I'd say
Thank you.
10. I'd say he's top 10. He just doesn't get the interceptions for me. I think that's a big part of the linebacker position. But the Bears have a history of paying linebackers $100+ million. And it's like, what has that gotten you? So to me, if this is a total new regime, Roquan Smith is going to be going into his 5th year with the Bears. We just entered a complete rebuild. I don't see why you would want him locked up. As much as I love him, I just don't see it. So if it's the 3rd overall pick for Roquan Smith, Lovie Smith is the head coach. He loves defense. I could see it.
Yep. By the way, yes, the Jets and Giants both do have 2 top 10s.
Giants got back-to-back first-round picks.
They got the 5th and the 7th.
They got the 5th.
And to J-Rod,
between them.
They got the 5th, the 7th, and I think the 20th, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, but to Jado's point though, Okay, he's cool. He's young. So is Brian Urlacher. So is Lance Briggs. So were all these other guys that came through the Bears organization. Khalil Mack, what did it get you? A wild card appearance? That's cool. One Super Bowl where Devin Hester did something for the first 1 minute and then didn't do anything the next 4 hours.
I mean, to be honest though, like I think Mike, you and I had this conversation, I believe.
Tired of
Urlacher
it.
got you to the
Where
NFC
the Bears
Championship.
are right now, you
You're not
can't
in the
worry about
paying them.
defense. Like
Right.
you got a quarterback at this point. You got to start giving him something.
Like I'm a defensive player back when I played high school, college, whatever it was. My biggest thing was always you can build a defense through the draft and bring in veterans
as offense.
I said it like this. What did I tell you, Pride? I was the first person to say it when we were doing interviews. I said the what makes the Bengals defense so good and why they'll stop the Kansas City Chiefs. They brought in veterans who had playoff experience, and the rest of them are young. You don't have one person on that Bengals defense where you were like, he's top 10 at his position. Not one. Not a single Eli Apple? No. Not one.
Who? Eli who?
Exactly. And it's one of those
cares, yeah.
Right. But it's one of those conversations though. Hey, Pride. Who asked cares?
Yes, sir.
But it's one of those conversations though where it's like you can draft well, and I believe they can draft well later on. I don't care about right. I'm not paying Roquan Smith for what? For a 5-year rebuild, and then by the time I have to pay him again, he's 31. No.
So interesting. So
Stop it.
I'm listening.
But in his 30s, he could be in his prime. I don't know, with intelligence and still athletic. I don't know.
So Cameron asks, where does Sauce Gardner land?
Probably like top 20. He probably would be like top 20. Maybe.
Damn, you don't like Sauce Gardner? You don't like Ahmad Gardner?
Nah.
Like 12.
Wow. Y'all don't like him. Jalen goes not past 5. So I'm assuming you mean he's a top 5 pick. Cameron then goes, I think Philly trades both firsts to move up for him.
That'd be wild. I don't think Philly trade both first round picks.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so either.
Why would they do that when they earned it from Carson Wentz? I wouldn't do that.
I like Sauce. My thing is unfortunately because someone says, where is he? Oh, Sauce not going past 10. Dude, I could see him going low, but not because he's a bum. I think it really comes down. Like, I believe he's going to be the first corner snatched off the board easily.
Right.
Where do you think though? What number?
I think he goes to the Giants at 7.
No.
Really?
No.
You don't think so? I think the Giants take an edge rusher at 5 and go corner at 7 and have a really good stout defense.
Because I was going to say, if you can get an O-line at 5, get Sauce at 7, and we got something going on here.
Don't they need somebody to hold on? I know it's not a running back draft, but don't they need somebody to back up Saquon? Like they don't have nobody to back him up.
You can go get a trade for that. You can go get a trade for that.
True.
You know what I mean? Because it's nothing. You don't need anything phenomenal. You know what I mean?
But what do they got offensively?
Mike.
Like what do they need offensively? Is what I should ask.
Everything.
Exactly. So I don't think they're gonna go defense early. To be honest.
But I would.
They could take Garner. They could take Garner at 5 and then come back and get Charles Cross at 7. I think Charles Cross will be there. I think he'd be okay.
Personally, I'm flipping those because I think if you don't get Charles Cross at 5, I don't think he's there at 7. I don't think.
You're right. I mean, you're right. I mean, that's a possibility.
You know what I mean? Because think about it, like, Iquanu, he's probably not going to be available, and neither is going to be Evan Neal. So right now,
but the Jets could take him as well. The Jets could take him at 4 if they think they need offensive line to help out. But the Jets and the Giants have so many needs that it's a toss-up as to who you think they take.
Right. So it's kind of this thing where I think the Giants. I said this on your show, John, on Scripted. If the Giants, if they could fall down, Evan Neal falls to them, they'll take it. I think they'll take the first pick. They're going to pick a lineman. The second pick that they have at 7. That's where things get a little weird because now that you got a lineman, you could see them get a wide receiver. you could see them kind of reach and go get a Chris Olave, or hey, maybe even they grab Jameson. No, they take a chance on him. You know what I mean? Especially considering they're considering trading Kadarius Toney, right? You could also see them get another lineman, like.
But if you look at best available, who do you think is best available? Garner or Cross? I think Garner's best available.
I think Gardner is best available. However, the Giants' need right now is offensive line.
Right, but listen, that's what I'm saying. There's not a whole lot of impact corners. There are still good impact offensive linemen that you can still plug in there and be okay with.
I don't know, man. Me personally, I'm taking Cross with the first pick, with their first at 5. I'm gonna take Cross again. If Iquanu or Neal is available, take them. But that second pick, I would take Sauce.
Because like I said, look, you got Guanu, Neal, and Cross. That's 3 offensive linemen. I think one of those is going to be there.
Oh, 100%. I know. Me too. I'm with you. I think one of them is going to be there. However, the problem is, if you go 5, and let's say you take Sauce at 5, right? Let's say you take Ahmad Gardner at 5. What if, when it goes to the Panthers, what if the Panthers then go snatch up Cross? Now what? Now.
Well, I did have Trevor Penning out of where's he out of? I think fucking Northern Iowa as my sleeper, and I think even Trevor Penning would be okay.
So hold on. Charles Cross is not top 5.
He's not. But
here's the problem with that. Here's the because people, and this is why this right here lets you know how people draft.
The Giants
is he top 5? No, but I say this: you don't always go for talent.
Yeah.
You need to look at your roster and see
what
what
their
you're
needs
working with.
Yeah, the Giants need that. So they
need an offensive lineman. Yes, so that's gonna be the first. That should be their first pick.
That'll be their best opportunity. Yeah.
Right. So I think, and then by the way, someone said Linderbaum, if whoever he goes, he's gonna be. So the only thing I don't like about Linderbaum, which
he's a very boring pick. But
for me, here's my problem, and people are gonna get mad at me and they're gonna kill me, but it is what it is. There's no versatility for him.
Yeah, and that's my point. That's why I think he's
like if you put him at center, oh he'll thrive. But again, when it comes to injuries, if you got to move a guy, you can't move him. You can't move him. I don't know if anyone's known, but Iowa has tried to move him around. Yeah. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I bet you he goes to Washington. He sounds like a guy that will end up going to Washington.
I don't know.
Because Washington. I mean, if you really look at it, Washington don't move their linebacker or their offensive line very much. So, and they need an offensive line too. They still need to fix up that line if they want to protect Carson Wentz.
Right. And by the way, because someone said he's an inside he's my thing
inside
is,
linebacker. What's the Iowa? What is that?
He's an inside offensive lineman.
Oh, okay.
And I understand that. But it doesn't matter because personally, if you put Evan Neal anywhere on the line, he'll be fine. You put Iquanu anywhere on the line, he'll be fine. I believe if you put Charles Cross anywhere on the line, I think he'll be all right. I really do. For Linderbaum, I don't see that. And again, it's fine if you're like that. That's fine. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't know, especially for linemen nowadays. Like being a lineman with versatility is something that's very well. Linemen, period, are straight up they're ignored.
Jay, there's a question for you, Jay.
Oh, where? Oh, right here. Thank you. I got a question for Jay. Would you draft a quarterback considering Kelvin Joseph might be out the window with his snitching self?
Man, that's a good point. The Cowboys have a lot of needs on defense, man. And quarterback is definitely one of those needs. The Cowboys lost Gregory, so they have a need at edge rusher. They still need to pair up somebody with Micah Parsons in the linebacker spot. And then we got secondary, like you said, with Kelvin Joseph. So I think at that point, if I was the Cowboys, I'm taking best available at one of those 3 positions. Whoever the best available is, that's probably who I'm going after.
Okay.
What's your
What
pick?
you
What's your
getting?
pick, Jay?
That's fine.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know who exactly would be best available given at number 26.
Oh no, that's what I was asking.
24.
What
You guys
was
are at
Or
24.
24. If I will tell you this, and I don't think this would happen, but if God was with the Cowboys, which I think he will because that's why we have to hold the dome, then possibly I would like to see the Kobe Dean. But I don't think Dean lasts that long.
So projected, you guys are projected to get Kenyon Green, offensive lineman for Texas A&M.
We need help on the offensive line because I don't think we've had a lot of injuries, and Tyron Smith is kind of
not it.
Nope. But I still think that the defense right now is probably more of the need.
Yeah, and by the way, you're saying Neal's not playing guard. He's a tackle. He's not playing guard. Yes, I understand he's a tackle, but if you move him to guard, I think he has a better chance at thriving there than Tyler Linderbaum. That's just me.
Yeah, you gotta also think in college you play different positions from college to football. Like when you get to the NFL, you got a different coach that's like, yo, I feel like you fit better at this position. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like you'll be stronger, so we're gonna try you out here. Like you know how many times Bill Belichick drafted somebody and he switched positions on them. Julian Edelman, for example, was a quarterback in college and he came to the NFL to be a wide receiver. So like. A bunch of coaches switches positions in the NFL many times.
Yep. Cameron goes, who goes number 1? And why are we discussing Trayvon Walker, who wasn't the best Georgia defender? I'm not really talking about Trayvon Walker. I think he's nice. I think it depends on the team. He could potentially go top 5. Because if let's say someone panics and they get because I thought no, not top 5. I'm sorry, top 7. Because I do think Trayvon Walker could end up with the Giants if Sauce Gardner isn't available. If Sauce ain't available, he could potentially go there. Maybe the Panthers kind of take a risk and go with him. And even if it's not him, he could probably still land top 10. Because I think the Jets have the 10th pick, and right before them, it's Seattle with 9. So I don't think. But in terms of number 1. I do think it's going to be Aiden Hutchinson. However,
I really like. I wish Thibodeau would get it. I just think Thibodeau is such a good player, man, and I think because he had such lack of games played, that's really what's hurting him. But man, he's got great hands. He's got great mental instincts. I mean, damn. But whoever gets it's going to be lucky.
I feel like somehow, some way, Jacksonville is going to mess this up and go offensive lineman. Like I don't feel like.
Oh my God! If they did that.
But Jacksonville, hold on. But Jacksonville going for an offensive lineman is not them messing it up, though.
I know that, but like I feel like they need more help on the defensive side. Rather than offense. Nope. Like, because what is their other? Do they got another first round pick, or they just have this one?
If I'm mistaken, I think they have one more. I'll double check for you real quick because
if they have a second first round pick, they can go offensive line with the second first pick.
Oh no, they only got this one. Yep, they only got this one.
It's just that one.
Yeah, it's just that one.
So they should be smart and go for Aiden and go for the defense.
I don't know. Me personally, I don't think you can go wrong either or.
I think Neal and Hutchinson could be interchangeable at the one spot just because of their needs.
Right, exactly. Like I'm not mad either or. By the way, Greg, he says, Frankie, what are your positions for needs? Corner and linebacker. I do like us projected to get Devin Lloyd. I like that. It's a guy that can play the 3-4, the 4-3. A guy who he's got solid coverage. He can go and stop the run. I really like him a lot. I really do. I think he fits our thing. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I agree. I feel like the same, but I feel like we need more corners. We're definitely in need of wide receivers because
I wouldn't touch wide receivers though. Not first round. Right. No,
we need a wide receiver.
Wide receivers a pretty deep class. You can still pick up
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'll wait till the second.
We're not gonna go high on them. Bill Belichick's always a person that drafts undrafted free agent for wide receiver positions. So right. That's what I'm just saying. Like we're just gonna need them. But we definitely need corners. We definitely need inside linebacker because we lost Dante Hightower free agency. So we need to replace him. We majority need defense and offensive linemen. Our offensive line's a little icky sometimes, but mainly defense this year.
Cameron says Lloyd is a second rounder. I don't think so.
I don't think he goes.
I don't think so. I think he's a first rounder. I don't think so. And if he is a second rounder, he's probably like the first, like
Exactly. I'm about to say he's gonna be a high second rounder.
Yeah, if he's there. So, but Cameron also with a question. First, who is going to be the first quarterback drafted?
No, it'll be Willis. I can't imagine anybody not packing up. If you're talking about quarterbacks, I can't imagine Willis not being the first one off the board.
You guys understand my feelings on him. So
I don't like any of these quarterbacks, to be honest with you. So I mean, as long as they don't go in the first round, I mean, I
right. So I'm.
But
I mean, Malik Willis is projected to be a first round 8 pick.
I really hope he's not.
For the Falcons, that's what they're projecting.
I hope so.
That's fine. Let Atlanta screw it up.
The Falcons let go of Matt.
Right. And by the way,
Atlanta screw it up. That's fine.
You said Ojabo over Lloyd. Well, here's my problem with that. Like Ojabo, I do like him. He's a nice edge rusher. I do like him. Don't get it twisted. But for us needing an actual linebacker, Devin Lloyd fits the bill for me.
Rob, I want to go back to you. Like, I understand Atlanta needs like a QB, and they're probably gonna go QB at 8. But you really think they're gonna do that? Because they just got Marcus Mariota. Like, they're not gonna put a rookie QB to come in and go over Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, it is. It's the same thing with what Pittsburgh's doing with Mitch Trubisky.
But if you look at Malik Willis, they're saying that he plays a similar style to Mariota. And then we also know Coach Smith, he likes developing young quarterbacks.
Then I'll call Atlanta dumb for the rest of my life if they do that.
Well, they already dumb.
I know they are. Ever since after Super Bowl 51, I know that. But like,
we chilling.
But like, if they really do that, that'll be the stupidest thing in draft history. Like, why would you trade Matt Ryan for Marcus Mariota to go ahead and just draft a QB at 8? To put Mariota on the bench, like that's retarded.
Because they're sped. Because this is the same organization who should have gotten a quarterback last year.
True that.
No, this is not to knock Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is a great talent, but at the same time, it's like, bro, if you had a quarterback,
but you also got to remember Mariota ain't played since 2019.
Who cares about Mariota? Who cares? He's so great that Tennessee literally passed him up to literally get Ryan Tannehill,
who you thought was the GOAT at the time.
I said top 10. I've had my come to Jesus moment. Thank you. I've had my come to Jesus moment.
You have.
Thank you. So just let me breathe, bro. Okay, I'm allowed to have a bad take every day. Okay, I'm allowed. Okay, so hop off, Robert. But no, someone said Mariota was behind Carr for 2 years. I mean, maybe it makes a difference, maybe not.
Yeah, but Carr was already the franchise QB for the Raiders already. Like,
was he really though?
I don't know. Honestly, like, he started off real good before he got that injury.
So someone says Tankathon has Willis at 6 to Carolina. The mock draft I'm looking at, which is CBS Sports, by the way, has Kenny Pickett going. I had to be drunk. I don't know if I was drunk. I was hungry though. I was hungry. And pride is hungry. I say stupid shit. So it is what it is. Kenny Pickett. Yeah, we already addressed that. Kenny Pickett is projected to go 6 to the Panthers. Which, what a time to be alive. By the way, Jay, you're muted. So if you're talking, I don't hear you.
Oh man, that's wow. If Carolina does that, wow.
Update for the Giant fans: they are not picking up the 5th-year option for Daniel Jones. But if he plays well, he has a chance to cash in on franchise tag next year. Just a update for you Giant fans. Not that we care.
So they're rolling with him.
All right. What spot you say Kenny Pickett going in?
They're
on Cameron is looking at Tankathon. And it says Willis at 6. The mock draft I'm looking at has Pickett at 6.
Yeah, because the one I'm looking at has Evan Neal at 6 by the Panthers, which is the O-line from Alabama.
He will not make it to 6.
I don't think he makes it at 6.
I'm
so
looking
the
at
Giants
CBS.
They're not exercising on Daniel Jones, but they're exercising on defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence, which is really smart. Really smart for the Giants.
So they're letting this guy go?
No, they're not. They're not picking him up on his 5th year. So this is his final year with the Giants. But if he plays well, he has a chance to cash in on the franchise tag.
Okay, gotcha.
but they're keeping up with defensive tackle Dexter Lawrence on his 5th year.
Okay, cool.
So that's a better move to do.
Ooh, hold on. Wait a minute. I was looking at the wrong. So okay. Wait a minute. What is this?
Talk to me. What happened?
What is this?
What is he looking at?
Dog. All right. So I would the CBS Sports thing froze a little bit, right? So I backed out, right? Re-clicked the link, okay? And this is, so I guess they updated it or whatever. This is the new top 5.
What, Trevon Walker?
Trevon Walker at 1, Aiden Hutchinson at 2, Derek Stingley Jr. at 3, Jeremiah Johnson, the edge rusher for Florida State, at 4, Ahmad Gardner at 5, Evan O'Neal at 6, Charles Cross at 7, Malik Willis at 8, Iguanu at 9, Garrett Wilson at 10.
I do not agree with that 10. I don't think that happens like that. I don't think that's going to happen like that.
Thibodeau falls to 14.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Olave at 20. Thibodeau. The other edge rusher, the second best edge rusher in this class.
What do you got for the Patriots?
Oh, we're lucky. We're lucky. We still got Devin Lloyd, so I'm chilling.
Well, what the Cowboys get at 24?
I'm telling you right now, at 24, you guys got Zion Johnson. So it's same position, O-line. Same position.
Yeah.
Let me.
That's Zion. That's Zion Williamson's twin.
Brother, this is so weird. Whatever, dude.
Whatever. As long as ours didn't change, but it just shows that that who we picking up is real.
Dog. Philly is projected to get Devontae Wyatt, the defensive lineman, out of Georgia. Where is, I just saw him. Kenny Pickett to the.
They're saying Kenny Pickett might be in Pittsburgh.
Nah.
Yeah, I was just reading it.
Well, yeah, you can read. Well, it all depends on how everything else.
I see that they're saying that they're projecting him at pick 19 to go to the Saints.
Right. So if he's available, sure, they'll probably grab him. But the thing is, you got to wait 20 picks. You got to wait. You got to wait 19 picks in front of you. Jameson is not projected to go to the Houston Texans. What is this? What is this, bro? Andrew Booth Jr. from Clemson projected to go 31st. I don't know, man. All right. Live your life, man. Live your life. Damn, Sauce Gardner called himself the chosen one? Boy.
Oh, that's another line stolen from somebody.
I ain't saying nothing at all. I ain't saying nothing
at
all.
That used to be Drew McIntyre saying, just saying.
I don't got shit on Drew McIntyre. I curse. I need a timeout.
I just feel sorry for Hutchinson going to the Lions.
Before we wrap it up, gentlemen, give me your Jay. I want you to start your top 5. Who you think is gonna be the top 5 draft picks? I gotta go to the corner. I curse.
Hold on, I gotta pull up. I actually made the list. Hold on a second. For tonight, actually, I still have Aiden Hutchinson. I don't agree with him being number 1. I kind of think Thibodeau should, but I just know Jacksonville is going to take Aiden Hutchinson number 1, and then I got Evan Neal going at number 2. I think that Stingley will go at number 3 and then I've got I have Trayvon Walker going at 4. And then 5, I think. Good Lord, I think the Giants need. I still think they need a cornerback, so I got him at Ahmad Gardner at number 5.
Okay, Frankie, who's your 5? Good talk, Rob. Who's your 5? Great talk. All right, so for me, I think Aiden Hutchinson goes 1. I think Thibodeau goes 2. Again. Either or doesn't really matter. And by the way, this is gonna be a different one than when I said when I was on unscripted because I looked at it again, so I kind of tweaked mine a little bit. I have at 3 going to Houston. I like Ahmad Gardner going there. At 4, that's where I have O'Neal going to the Jets.
Nice.
Yeah, that's where I have him going because I of all the guys, I think if he doesn't go to Jacksonville, I think the Jets would be like the next best option for him. And then at 5 for the Giants, I have Evan Neal there. So,
yeah, I actually like that. I'm actually going to change mine because I think that makes a lot of sense because I do think Detroit. I think Detroit still, and that's where I think Thibodeau would fall into. I think they can,
right.
I can see Neal going to, that makes a lot of sense to me as well.
Right, because like I said, I like them both. I like both of these guys, and Hitchison and Thibodeau. I like both of them, so that's why I think they're both.
And I gotta be honest, and I think that if Thibodeau doesn't have those injuries and misses those games, we're definitely talking a different scenario.
We could perhaps have a whole different conversation. 100%. I'm with you there. But yeah, no, I do think and if like I said, I got Ahmad Sauce at 3. 4, I got, my thing is also with the Jets too, Iquanu. I do think he'll kind of will be out there too. I don't think he falls anywhere out of the top 7. That's just me. Someone says they got Aiden Hutchinson, Evan Neal, Charles Cross, Thibodeau, then Matt Corral. If anyone takes Matt Corral that high, God bless him. God bless your organization if you take him, brother.
Good Lord.
God bless them.
Oh, my Lanta.
They're horrible.
Yeah,
but
Jay, take him at number 5. They are smoking crack cocaine.
Yep. Jay, one more time for the people at home. Tell us a little bit about that the NFL draft show coming up later today.
Yeah, so again, Unscripted is going to start it off with the pre-draft show. It's going to start at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll have 6 or 7 different topics in there. Obviously, it's going to be everything draft related you could think of, from who's your top 5 to what trade do you think is going to happen and so forth. So it's going to be a lot of draft related topics. And then at 8 o'clock, we will kick off pick number 1 through pick number 10. That's 8 o'clock Eastern, and then ASAP will pick it up from picks 11 to the very end of round 1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, be there or be square. Mike, thank you for being here, brother. It was nice having you here. Frankie, thank you for being here. You too, Robert. Jay,
I know I've been in and out, bro. We got a show going on, and it's the last day of build.
Bro, it is all good.
Every time I get in the groove, I got like 3-4 exhibitors coming to me like, I need help.
It's all good.
Hey, you gotta pay the bills first, baby.
And Ronald, thank you for coming on too, bro. You be safe. We'll be back here tomorrow.
Hey, can't wait to check out Jay's draft show.
Yes, sir. Oh, he plugged that twice, baby boy.
Yeah, I plugged you 3 times. Yes, Lord.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, Lord.
Hey,
I'm gonna be checking you out, my brother.
Hey, just remember, Rob, when you went to pearly gates and this ugly face shows up, you damn sure better let me in, guy.
Hey, Jay, I'm putting in a good word right now with the man upstairs. I say, hey, my boy Jay got to get in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we'll be back here tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central, to talk not only playoff basketball, but also reactions to the first round of the NFL draft. It's just round 1 today, right?
Yeah, it's just round 1.
Because I was about to say they're starting too late to do 2 rounds. They start way too late.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be round 1 tonight, 2 and 3 tomorrow,
and then 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, the rest is gonna be Saturday.
And no one's gonna give a shit. But appreciate. We'll be back here tomorrow.
Too bad you can't go to timeout right now.
Oh. Yeah, dang.
Yeah.
So, remind me tomorrow. I gotta start myself giving a timeout. Actually, no, I'm not. You wanna know why? Because I run this show. Yeah. Bye for everybody here. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Be safe.
We gone.
Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.